Welcome to Sonic the Podcast. In each episode, we discuss a different Sonic game, rank all its levels from worst to best, and talk about what we love and what we hate. On this episode, we are talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, 16-bit from 1991. What's your favourite flicky?
Oh, mate, straight in with the flickies.
Can you name them all?
If you say cucky, I bet you'll say cucky.
You know it's clucky, not cucky.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yours is cucky, mate. No, it's clucky. It's clucky.
I must have read it as cucky.
No, that's just what.
No. It's cucky.
Maybe this is a encyclopedia error again, but
classic, mate. Riddle with errors.
It looks like it says clucky on here.
I'll go through them for you. Ricky, Pocky, Flicky, Rocky, Cucky, Pecky, and Picky. But I'm not sure if Picky's in Sonic 1. No, he is.
No,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Picky
Yeah. Picky's the pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got them all.
Yeah, nice.
What's your favourite?
Favorite, honestly, might have to be what's his name? Pecky, I think. Is he the penguin?
Pecky's the penguin. Yeah, I was thinking towards the penguin as well. Do you know what zones he's in?
Oh, mate, no.
Pecky's in Labyrinth and Scrap Brain. I only know that because I got the
nice.
I actually think Rocky goes pretty hard. I like watching him cruise around. He's in Marble Zone and he's
fucking iconic.
He goes in the lava as well and just chills. Yeah, he just jumps in and just swims around, which is pretty cool.
God, he's pretty cool.
I kind of like Rocky actually. I think I'm going to go with him. I like his big dash.
That's so fair. He'd be my second choice.
These guys are main.
He's a nice looking guy. Yeah.
In this.
Yeah, they are. They're proper they're the staple shit.
Yeah, they're the only other
OG.
They're the only other animal other than Sonic.
Yeah.
And it because it raises the question as to why are they not sentient? Like why is Sonic a higher class?
Yeah, we've seen this before somewhere that there's that there seems to be some sort of weird hierarchy with the anthropomorphic shit, because you get orcas, you get birds.
Yeah.
But then you get the Babylon Rogues, who are birds, but they're sentient. I don't know what's going on with that. And then you get halfway house, which is this shit.
I think the flickies they're like a middle ground between the animals. I think the flickies have a limited amount of sentience.
They're like the Sonic equivalent of dogs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is it in terms of intelligence?
I'm not sure. No, I know because there is a dog in the Sonic universe.
Who the fuck? What the Force's avatar?
No, Pepe from Sonic the Hedgehog 06.
Yeah. Jesus.
And he barks and is loyal to his father. He can't talk, so I suspect he. I think that these are there is no equivalent to flickies, mate, in this world. Really.
Fine,
it would be a bit weird if there was.
Whatever. Just trying to make it more understand.
I think they're like Pokemon. I think that's probably quite a good.
Yeah, which is meant to be like domestic pets.
No. They're more sentient. Some of them have shit going on with it, whatever.
Not by much, but yeah, go on.
This is the OG. This is where it all began. This is the big one.
This is the big boy.
So however, also a massive relief to not have 23 levels to go through.
Yeah, after last step, Shadow the Hedgehog featuring 23 levels, we've only got a comfortable, happy 6 here.
Yeah, we're going to try and keep it.
We're not going to include Final Zone. That's a boss. Because come on now, it's also just part of Scrap.
It's definitely part of Scrap Brain, and we're going to try and limit the length of the pod a bit more than 4.5 hours.
Yeah. Whoops. A bit carried away there.
So
this is the first guy. When I don't know. I imagine you've got a nice story to tell me about when you first played this game. What was your first exposure to Sonic 1?
My nice story about Sonic 1. I think my exposure to Sonic 1 was oddly and appropriately my first exposure to Sonic full stop, which is weird when I think about it because there was a massive gap between when I experienced this and when I actually got into playing the 3D game. DX was probably the first proper that or Sonic R. Can't remember which
Adventure.
One. Yeah. Sorry, Adventure. I was 6 or 7, chronically ill in hospital, and one of the games on the TV in the room was it must have been a Mega Drive, or maybe it was a PS1, and there was a compilation or I can't remember the exact format. It felt like it was a Mega Drive, but maybe not.
God, so you might have played it on proper.
So I think I did play it on it. It was in the communal room. Yeah, I think I did.
Sorry, I got a coffee.
That's right. And yeah, I remember I used to there were a whole range of games, and the only one I ever played and the only one that ever stood out was this one because of that little blue hedgehog on the front cartridge. And then I loaded it up and I was like, wow, this is just the nicest thing. And something to my like undeveloped brain just really really appealed about the colors and the music and the palette and the whole thing.
How far into it did you get?
I can safely say I did not get past Marble Zone.
Surely you didn't finish it. Okay, fine.
No.
Cool.
I split all of the other zone. My only memory of this game from that time of playing it are Green Hill and Marble Zone. And I remember thinking, this is so fucking hard. Why can't I get through the fire nightmare at the bottom of Marble Zone? So all of the other zones were a complete novelty when I eventually revisited and played them. I didn't know about them. But I have very, very fond memories of Green Hill, as I imagine nearly anyone who played Sonic has.
True.
So that's mine. So nice. I think I played it on the I think my first exposure was actually a Mega Drive.
So like just couldn't be more authentic.
I think so,
It's the proper shit. True fan.
What was yours?
Nice. Mine, similar vein, but less so. I first ever properly played it on the mobile port, so like the opposite of the proper way to play it.
Gen Z.
But I played it on my mum's phone, and it was because I had Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 downloaded on there, and I don't know, I would play it whenever or something like that, like on the way back from school or something. Again, years ago, like quite a while ago. And I like you, I never got past Marble Zone. I was stuck Marble Zone Act 3. I could never get past it.
That's the Christian Whitehead port, isn't it?
Yeah. There's we'll get onto it, but there's a little bit before the finish, which is this fucking impossible little gauntlet section.
In
if
Act
you fall
3?
down, you got to restart it all again. Yeah, and I could just never get past it.
Act 3 is hard.
So I would just keep replaying Green Hill and then Act 1 into Marble Zone again and again and again. And it was so nice. So yeah, like you, the rest of it was a complete novelty, which is very exciting to see. But I do remember one day I did get Spring Yard, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. What's going on here? Yeah. So you know. Both very early springs. Not that was not my first exposure to Sonic. I had plenty before that. Like you, I think Adventure and Shadow were my first two exposures, and Sonic R. And then and I guess 3D Blast. Those sort of four. And then like I don't know. And then I delved in. But so yeah, Sonic 1 was my own sort of weird jump into it. It was nice. Good times.
It is an iconic game.
It's a pretty weird game. It's a brilliant game, but it's actually, if you look at it like compared to the rest of the franchise, it's fucking weird. In like a really interesting way, in a good way. But like,
only in a good way.
It's really weird.
And I can't get enough of the original Japanese artwork as well. The like geometric colours.
The artwork's brilliant.
So cool.
Yeah.
I just think the game deserves. We don't need to like jack it off because the game has enormous global recognition as being absolutely iconic and groundbreaking.
Resonance, indeed.
But it really, when you actually play it again, it really is like it is unbelievably good the way it's been designed and unique.
It is.
And authentic. And to go, and I imagine, I know it was incredibly, in terms of like the capabilities and pushing the capabilities of what the consoles could do at the time, it was groundbreaking. Like the special stages and the physics and how Sonic moved and the whole thing, the whole story about it being, they wanted it to be a competitor to Mario, didn't they?
Yes,
So
they were assigned Project Defeat Mario.
Yeah, Project Defeat Mario. So they set Sonic's a default pace as the running speed of Mario to try and like make it feel like a much faster game. I find it odd though that we should talk about when we get into levels that the kind of only level that really lets you send it is Green Hill, and the rest it doesn't. They do not really. I mean, there are
a little bit.
There are elements of Starlight, obviously, and there are elements of Spring Yard, but most of the rest of the game is a puzzle platforming challenge.
Yeah, isn't it? I know.
Where you have they encourage exploration and jumping, not speed at all. Actually, you're punished for speed generally.
You don't get because of the screen crunch. You don't get like you're sort of not often rewarded with speed, which is the kind of notion that they set out. But but I mean, you get that in Green Hill, but like not for long.
Apparently, that was because they were just anxious because it was having a game that was all about going fast rather than platforming was just so contrary to the time. So that's why they slammed on the brakes hard on Marble Zone and like took you back to a slightly more traditional kind of platforming game rather than what Green Hill was, which is just you can just send it.
So you wish that the rabbit got through.
No, with prehensile ears, no.
Yeah, not his grabbing ears.
Oh, thank God for Mr. Hedgehog.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lucky that. Yeah.
So I did quite a lot of reading about the history, and it is.
So did I. What's really. No, go on. You go.
Well, no, because I think there's no point reiterating the whole history again. I was just going to pull out certain facts that I read that I thought were very interesting.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Go on. You go.
All right. So one thing I read was that when they were trying to, which I just like as an idea, is when our guy Naoto Oshima. Oshima-san, who obviously designed Sonic and Eggman. I like that he liked to test the concept on Western audiences. He went to New York and just showed people in Central Park what his preferred sketches were.
Isn't that a great union of Japanese and American?
Yeah, can you imagine this guy?
Which has always been around.
Who I imagine spoke no English. Just pointing.
Just show you a drawing.
Yeah, imagine being one of those people he showed, being like, which one do you prefer? And they point at the blue hedgehog.
Not knowing how much of an influence that you'd be having on that.
On
it's great,
video games, yeah, it's incredible.
It's just so
really,
nice and
really
small.
good idea.
So small to something really big. I know. I wish that kind of shit happened these days.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And then obviously our boy Yuji Naka, who's now in prison.
Free my guy.
Yeah, free Naka.
free him.
For insider trading, which is pretty bad.
Brutal.
He was responsible obviously for all the level design. And apparently they were putting in like 19-hour days for several months. 19 hours is an insane. That's 5 hours sleep and no other time to do anything else, which is obviously very in line with the Japanese work ethic.
Apparently, it took them like half a year to make like
just
one
Green Hill
act,
I know, but that's because
mental.
he was obviously a perfectionist because he kept starting from scratch. He took him 8 months to develop Green Hill Zone, and because he literally kept scrapping it, and then his only comment on the whole process was that it was interesting. Which I find amazing because when you look at the map, it's like this isn't that complicated as
I know it's especially Act One.
Probably the least complicated one, but it is so perfect. It must be because it was so groundbreaking in terms of what they were trying to do with the speed and the
limitations
rate
of the hardware shit.
Exactly.
They would have had to really work with that. Yeah,
exactly.
Isn't it? It is simple. We can't because this is a podcast. But I don't know. I imagine you could do a great visual like jump through. I'm sure this has been done thousands of times of like the structure of Act One and how good it is, how it's steady. Then you jump, then you back down, then a bit of speed, then it's like it's got the perfect structure
rhythm
balance that gets you learning it. And then you see a platform coming down. Or like, I could go up there as well, or go here the tunnel speed or exploring whatever I want. It's great. You could, and you immediately get the feel. You don't. What's nice is that you don't need any opening cutscene or like sort of like I don't know. I think I don't remember. I think Mario has like a. So and so's in the what's her name? Princess Peach is in the castle, or like the princess is in the castle. No, there's a little preamble. You don't need any of it. All you get is Sonic title screen, straight in, run, go. It's great. There's no need to give you a sort of backstory because it's all told through the level design, and the feel of it, and the color, and just the vibe. That's why I'm a bit. I don't know. In the Origins. In the Sonic 1 port of Origins, like the animation's really, it's really like they're gorgeous, but you don't need them. They're in classic mode. They shouldn't be in the fucking classic mode.
You don't need them, but I don't because of the nature of what Origins is, being
yes, and it's nice.
I don't mind it.
No, I don't hate it either, but as in, from like a perfectionist standpoint, I don't know.
But it's not the true. There's other issues with Origins, which means it's not the true playing experience that I obviously experienced.
Countless issues with Origins.
Yeah, but I don't mind the animations. I think why not? They're fleshing out. They're trying to canonize.
No. I like them too. They're good. You know what I do like as well is this. We just play you something pretty cool. In the cutscenes, the opening cutscene song by T-Lopes. I think is fucking great. Like especially this bit. Listen. But when the boss comes in, this is fucking great. Wait, it's coming. This. That's amazing, this bit. Here. Oh!
Yeah,
fucking
that
huge.
is good. It does
fucking cool.
It does that iconic boss music, like takes it to another level.
That I love that boss music so much. But later,
good. And then I've got, and the only other thing is that Eggman was based on Humpty Dumpty, which I thought was really funny.
So weird. I saw something nice about how Sonic's color was meant to symbolize peace, trust, and coolness, which have remained his character's attributes from the start. It's
Absolutely.
great. Those three virtues have been properly consistent and have evolved in a very nice and just like strong way. It's fucking great.
I agree. It's lovely.
It's good. It's funny that we both liked the Central Park thing because I read a fuck ton, but that was just great.
Have you got anything else that you want to share?
No, honestly, those are the two things that I thought like these are worth mentioning because I don't know, because it's sort of as you'd imagine, but it's a good origin story. You know, like there's proper effort put into it all.
Massive.
They were really trying to defeat Mario.
And they succeeded for a while.
They did.
He's so much more iconic, I think.
I'd say so.
I really like. What I was really looking for was I wanted more like explanation on the choices of design, of like an aesthetic and choices on the levels.
Why are they like? Why do you go from forest to like ruins to city, then to ruins then city? Then it's no, you can. I've got some shit to say about that.
You can like trace a kind of macro narrative as he moves across. And like how he moves across South Island. But you can also, I think, you can also attribute design choices and style choices to like contemporary trends that were popular at the time in Japan specifically. Well, I'll talk about it when I go on to each levels, but I've got like ideas as to where these certain, like the choices.
That's pretty exciting.
For example, Starlight Zone is an unbelievably distinct aesthetic.
Yes, it is.
So like, what I was obsessed with it. Like what the hell inspired that? I haven't got specific things like, I can link that to that, but there are there are trends,
words and terms that just fit with it.
I'll try and voice that. I think they probably looked at, because there are little snippets of interviews done by I think it's Ashima. There's a really good quote about Starlight that I found.
Did you?
About him. I'll read it when we get there.
Yeah, do.
Who is it? Ashima. He talks about it. About nice. what inspired them to make Starlight Zone, which is just an extraordinary zone.
I would love to know that. I can't wait to hear that.
Nice. Have I got anything? Yeah, I think we should. Who's
more iconic? Crabmeat, Motobug, or Buzzbomber?
I think
it's actually pretty tough.
Crabmeat, Motobug, or Buzzbomber? Crabmeat.
I would say Crabmeat.
I think Crabmeat is he's a king.
But like Motobug's the first guy you see.
Yeah, he is,
and he's just so cool.
Crabmeat's got such a distinct. I think he's unforgettable. Motobug's a little bit more like compact. I'd say Crabmeat. The badniks are standout. We can talk about those in the levels. I absolutely love the badniks.
They're great. They are. They're all strong designs and just memorable.
And briefly, we'll talk about this, but this. I don't know, when I played it this time, you just notice all these echoes of like gimmicks and ideas and sort of even bits of the level design, which just come back time and time and time and time again. And you're like, God, they're like pushing onto the switch, the spike traps,
it's the proper like beginning.
Yeah,
they still saw stuff from it.
They do. Great. Even it's just a stupid connection, but even like the platform you stand on in Marble Zone that carries you across the lava is that mechanics in colors as you in Starlight Carnival when you land. It's different, but like the concept is the same. All those little things you can trace well into the modern games, and they still appear. It's nice. It's just really nice that there's that continuity of gameplay mechanic that you can trace throughout all of the games.
True.
And it really does set the standard. It establishes a formula, and obviously the main thing it establishes is at what the kind of conflict right at the very heart.
The dynamic
between our Sonic and our Eggman.
Nature versus industry.
Exactly. Nature versus industry. Representate. We've got our blue hedgehog, who is the symbol of nature, freedom, liberation.
Exactly.
And kind of natural beauty. And then we've got the Eggman, the male genius,
industrial
scientist, over-industrialist, megalomaniac. Yeah, exactly. Who represents everything.
Who corrupts and destroys.
And it's quite
while
interesting.
Sonic cultivates.
Yes, exactly. You can't really trace that conflict on a level-by-level basis, but you can trace it across all 6 levels.
Yes, you can see it across. There's an evolution through it of which shows the spectrum from nature to industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, elements of change.
Exactly.
It's great. That'll come up in our levels. I like how careful they were about ordering the levels, because on a lot of the things it said they'd switch them around and wouldn't, and like I don't know, like Labyrinth Zone used to be 4th and now it's no, it's still 4th. It's shit like that. Just they move it around.
If I was to go back and
you can tell how careful it is.
Advise them, I would have said it's perfect, apart from you should swap Spring Yard and Marble Zone.
Yeah, maybe.
I just think the difficulty spike is too
Marble
high.
Zone is a fucking spike.
No, it's probably the most famous difficulty spike in gaming, because you're taken into a complete false sense of security with how easy Green Hill is, and then you get one of the hardest challenges like to do with it. It's kind of fine for us playing it because we played it so many times, and it's easier on modern devices, blah blah blah. But if you're not used to it, God, the like sensitivity, especially Act 3, such a gauntlet. And for kids playing it as well, it's like
you can make the same argument that it's like a reward though to get Spring Yard afterwards, which is more chill.
You can, yeah.
Then Labyrinth, which is hard. Then Sonic, which is nice. Then Scrapmeat, which is hard. It's like a back and forth kind of thing. That works too. But yeah, I don't know. I can see why you say that's a fair point.
I just think it's a particularly brutal. Yeah. It's interesting. I think the justification I read for that was that they were worried they were diverting too much from like what people would recognize, and they wanted to bring it back to a kind of platforming puzzler and then move around.
Interesting. I wonder what would happen if they were completely unshackled and just made some fucking weird new shit.
Well, that's what kind of happens later on, isn't it? But that's the Mario thing, because Mario is obviously not about speed; it's about platforming completely. So that I think that they were just cautious of deviating too far from the norm. Quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Should we? Why don't you do? Do we do story or quiz?
I was about to ask you. I assume story first.
So we're going to talk about. You're going to do the story. Then we're going to do some quick quiz on some aspects of the levels and the game, and then we'll rank.
4 questions for you.
I've got 3, but my third one's enormous, and then we'll do.
So weird.
We will rank all the levels from worst to best. Talk about the bosses, the special stage, and then wrap up. And then we'll rank this game.
We've done the intro already.
No, but this is like if you fucking just joining in, you will know the lay of the land. And then at the end,
I'm yoking,
unfucking believable. At the end, we will rank.
I just can't stand it.
It's just can't. It's just don't care. We'll rank the game in relation to all the other games.
I'm anxious to do my
story. Give us the story then.
I put so much time and effort.
Yeah, I imagine it because it's so fucking complicated.
It's such a branching story. Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so the story of Sonic the Hedgehog begins with the existence of 6 powerful mystical gemstones, the Chaos Emeralds. These exist on South Island, a moving landmass in the sea, host to many animals. The evil Dr. Eggman learns of the Chaos Emeralds and raids South Island, capturing local animals and using them to power his badnik robots. Eggman's nemesis, Sonic the Hedgehog, rushes to the island to stop his efforts. After freeing animals, fighting Eggman, collecting the emeralds, and traversing through many zones across the island, Sonic infiltrates the Scrap Brain, Eggman's base of operations, where he fights the Egg Crusher. Once Eggman is defeated, depending on whether or not he has all the emeralds, Eggman will either taunt Sonic after the credits, or should he be victorious, Sonic will run through Green Hill, release the emeralds, and celebrate his victory amongst the lovely flowers.
Very good.
That's that. Yeah.
Good. That's nice. Well put. That was a really eloquent and pleasant to listen to little narrative, which is exactly what it is. It's so simple, beautiful, and concise. And all the mechanics of like the 6, not 7, Chaos Emeralds, to unlock a kind of secret ending. I love all that. I think that's just genius.
Yes. Agreed.
I do fucking hate the special stages, but we can talk about that later.
Fuck the special stages, but we can guess that later. Especially if you play just before we start, the original for this episode I played on OpenEMU. I played like the original Sonic 1 cartridge thingy, no spin dash, no saving, no like coins lives from Origins, thick screen crunch, and the special stages were not fixed. In a lot of the remasters, they made the rotating smoother, which fucking helped. In the original, it goes. It's like it's etchy as it rotates because they couldn't rotate pixels, and it's fucking horrible. I've never like hated. I've never had less fun. Is that right? You're playing them, then than this playthrough. Yeah, fewer fun. Yeah, they're a nightmare, but we can shit on them later.
Yeah,
probably the weakest part of the game.
They're just unbearable. I love how they look. I hate how they play.
Same, agreed. Yeah, nice. Okay, should we do questions?
Yeah, go on then. Smash me with some questions.
Question.
You start because you've got more.
So, nice easy one for you. Who can? Well, maybe. Who composed the iconic Green Hill Zone song?
Shit.
Do you know his name?
I have no idea. Sorry, I don't know. I'm really bad with names, in particular Japanese names. To be honest, I don't know. But please tell me.
His name is Masato Nakamura.
King.
And he did the whole what a king. He did the whole album, the whole soundtrack. And it was something like he composed it separately, and then because the hardware could only have 4 different sounds playing at once, which is why sometimes when you're playing, like a ring noise or a bad nick sound will interrupt the music and it'll cut off a certain channel. He then sent it off to these 2 boys in Sega to then put it into. So he composed it on a normal like sound system. It wasn't 16-bit sound, but then they put it into that later. But yeah,
wow, that's
it was
cool.
him, Masato Nakamura.
Great guy.
Yeah,
nice. So yeah, sorry, I just didn't know his name, but I mean, big respect.
Yeah, I mean, you either would or you wouldn't.
Yeah,
he did some Sonic 2, and that's it.
That's it. Then they left. But he
didn't stick around.
He really nailed this.
He fucking nailed
it. The soundtrack is fantastic.
All the shit we know, apart from the sound effects, like the extra, that was done by the 2 guys he sent off to. But he did like title screen, Green Hill, Marble Zone, and Game Over, all that shit. That was the credits.
The standard for Sonic music as well, with that like very unique feel that it has. It's what you would call video game music, where it's got that like upbeat, fast paced. Just like optimistic, sunny vibe. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, proper like pace. Everyone knows Green Hill.
Yeah,
the song. Everyone's heard of it. That's Sonic's theme.
But it captures Sonic and his home perfectly. With that like sunny, optimistic, upbeat kind of do-good feel that it's got. Okay, my question is: Can you name, I guess, any of the words that are spelt out in neon in Spring Yard Zone?
I can give you them all, I think.
Wow.
There's 4.
Yeah.
Cope.
Yeah, that's the one.
COPEY. Is there on and off? Or
I think
like
I think it's up and I think it's up. I don't know if it's down.
Up and on.
Yeah, it might be on, yeah.
And then the last one is CPU.
Yeah, nice. Quite funny.
Pretty weird. That's a good question. Yeah, nice. Because you noticed to me like, cope.
I like cope. I think that's cool because it's like you got to.
That must mean something.
It must.
Surely that's a mistranslation.
It must mean something.
That's just so weird.
No, it will have like because they're all computer terms, aren't they? Or like
no, it'll mean similar. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, like up, on. These are all like terms you would associate with a console. CPU. Let's see in computing. Corporate owned, personally enabled. It's a business model.
I don't think it's that.
It does. That is what it stands for. Weird. Maybe it is that. Maybe that's what Sega is. Don't know. Was. Whatever.
Perhaps.
Nice.
Okay. Shall I do mine?
Give me your 2.
Okay, right. Bit of a rogue one here. Which US president inspired Sonic's "Get it done" attitude?
Yeah,
do you know?
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
It's Truman, right?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, Donnie.
No.
Or hang on, no, I do know. No, Clinton, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. Yes.
Yeah,
nice.
I knew it was one of them. Yeah.
Some interesting inspiration. I like how notable celebrities had like a sort of influence. Him and
Western as well. Interestingly, he's a real celeb.
Michael Jackson with the shoes shit. I didn't read about it.
You can't say his name.
It might be more thingy.
You're cancelled.
I'll talk about.
You're cancelled.
MJ. MXXXJ. No, him and like the shoes thing and the style and the because he liked him. Again, that'll be we can look at that when we do Sonic 3 because I think it was much more of a thing there.
Yeah.
But like it was known that Michael Jackson was a fan of Sonic, which is great.
Yeah.
Because he was such a cool guy. I liked the like early ideas of Sonic's like sassy I'm too cool for this shit attitude. It was great. But in like a cool way, and not in like a twat way.
What I like is that the idea, the word that keeps coming up in early descriptions of him is cool. They just wanted him to be cool. That's his like main thing.
And he was so cool.
And he
was such a just cool guy.
He is the coolest
guy.
guy.
Mario's not cool.
Mario's
so not cool.
Mario's bizarre.
He's just not like, you wouldn't want to hang out with Mario. Like if you're gonna hang out with Mario or Sonic, you would hang out with Sonic. 100%. You just would.
Like his sprites they're so characterful with his shoe tapping and the way he looks at the screen and his ball curling thing and the way he dies even, where he's like, whoa.
And his when he teeters on the edge. Yeah,
yeah, he's his idle animation. Is that in this one or is that in 2?
Idle. What? Where he's tapping his foot and looking at you like, come on, let's go. Yeah, that's in this one. It's great. It's fucking great.
It is. It's brilliant.
Because he just wants to run.
He's extremely expressive and like
I read a thing about, but massively so. I read a thing about how he like doesn't. Oshima wanted him to like his one of his sort of things was that he doesn't run from his problems.
Nice. He runs into them. He sorts it out.
Something like that. Yeah. Like yeah. It was that. It's like he doesn't just like let them sit. He'll run at it, deal with it.
I like the Encyclopedia's thing is it says Sonic is usually laid back and cool, but he's driven to fight injustice. And then this is the important part: not in the name of the law, but for the ideal of freedom. I think that's just that's why he resonates so hard with everyone as a character, because he's just what you want to be. He's this heroic, unshackled,
he's happy, he's content,
idyll of freedom. Yeah, he's a blue hedgehog, somehow just the perfect symbol for that idea.
Yeah, because the blue means that he's not constrained by like rules of nature or
exactly. That's a good point.
But he's still familiar. But he's just so cool. I mean, he's a blue hedgehog. If you saw a blue hedgehog in the void, you think, "What the fuck is that?" Wow, great. You would.
Yeah, you would. My question is: can you name? You'll be able to do this in your sleep. Name all the types of badniks that appear in Green Hill.
Oh, in my sleep. I probably could as well. Okay, Crabmeat, Chopper, Motobug, Buzzbomber. I think that's it.
There's one more.
Is there one more? Crabmeat, Motorbug, Chopper. Wait, Chopper, Crabmeat, Motorbug, Buzzbomber, and what the fuck else is there? Splats. No, it's not Splats. I love Splats. What the fuck is it? Katka. No. Sorry. Neutron, the blue lizard that appears. Him.
He also comes in 2 varieties. He comes in blue and green.
Yes, but green's his sort of main one. But first one, Phew, that was close.
Nice.
I guess not in my sleep then.
Yeah, though you struggle with Neutron. He's iconic. He flies out the wall at you. Actually, no, sorry, he doesn't. No, he does. He
only underground.
Yeah.
He does, but only underground. Like, if you're good like me, you never go underground. You always hit the top route. Yeah. Okay. My question 3. Which 2 games bring back the Sonic 1 special stage? It's both to their detriment.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
I was thinking about this literally the other day. Well, Superstars does. Mm-hmm. In its like.
Yeah, that's one.
In its bonus thing.
It's just like a bonus thing. Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure it's Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
I thought
those
so.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice. Yeah.
Mania doesn't.
I'd say Sonic 4 was its best out. No, thank
one.
God, no.
Yeah.
Of course not. You wouldn't see it.
No.
You couldn't. You wouldn't catch Mania putting that shit.
No, definitely.
Yeah. So Sonic 4 one is like the best one of the bunch, but still a bit weird. Go on. Question 3.
Question 3. Okay, so as I said earlier, like this game it establishes the formula. It's the big one. and there are echoes of like things that happen throughout in other in modern games. It also establishes that like a sort of selection of 6 very distinct themes of Sonic levels, like types of levels. You've got Green Hill, Tropical Island, Marble Zone, Ancient Lava Ruins, sort of ruins, Spring Yard, Casino Carnival, Labyrinth Zone, Underwater Labyrinth, Starlight, Urban, and
Starlight.
then
City. Yeah.
What?
Scrap Brain Base.
City, Urban, and then
City.
Scrap. Yeah, I said Shitty. I was like, mate, come on. Scrap Brain. Base Eggman industrial theme. Right? Can you name?
Yeah.
Another game, a modern Sonic game, which has all 6 of those level themes like distinctly in. And I'll give you a clue. It's a mainline modern game.
Interesting. Is it Forces?
That's a good. That's not
Green
a bad
Hill,
one.
Chemical Plant, City, Final Judgment shit. You know the jungle, was it Mystic Jungle thing? You know, with it. I don't know. That covers all of it.
Yeah, I
not Ancient Ruins actually. No, I'm wrong. It misses sort of the Sand Hill, Green Hill shit.
It doesn't have.
I actually have no idea.
It doesn't have an underwater labyrinth type one.
No, it doesn't. I don't know what. Wait, how modern are we talking here?
It was very early modern.
It's not colours, is it?
No, that's not early modern, mate.
No, I don't know, mate. What is it? Oh, wait. Hang on. Early modern.
Yeah.
So like 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Rush.
Nope.
Thrush. I don't know. Tell me, what is it?
Adventure.
Is it? How?
Give me the Tropical Island one.
Emerald Coast.
Ancient Lava Ruins.
Lost World.
No, there's no lava in that. Where's the lava?
Red Mountain.
Red Mountain. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, it says there's ruins there.
Yeah, but it's like rocky. It's all natural. Whereas Labyrinth Zone is like a big man-made labyrinth.
No, it's still a green. It's still like there's a natural area, and then underneath
I would say Lost World.
Think about it. Red Mountain, you've got the top of it, and then just like in Marble Zone, you go down, and underneath is a kind of fiery cavern.
Oh wait, Marble Zone.
Yeah, Marble Zone.
I thought you meant. No. You said Labyrinth. Okay.
I went Ancient Lava Ruins. So like, Red Mountain, and then Casino.
That's my fault.
Casino Carnival.
Yeah. Obviously, Xenopolis.
Yeah. Underwater Labyrinth.
Lost World.
Yeah. Urban.
Speed Highway.
Eggman Base.
Final Egg.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. Not sure how intentional that is, but it
won't be.
It's
just it's an overlap. It won't. Well, it will be partially intentional.
It's a nice observation.
It's nice that like that game captures all the same thematic aspects in the level design that the original does.
Nice.
Pretty cool, huh?
Cool. Nice.
I enjoyed coming out with that question.
Yeah, I bet.
Forces is the only one that's like vaguely close as well.
Almost, yeah. I thought you meant modern. I was looking at them.
No.
Okay, well, I've got a secret fourth question for you because I just thought, why not?
Hit me up.
Okay, can you name a badnik that does not use an animal in Sonic 1? If you kill it, no animal comes out.
I swear I read this somewhere.
That's why I put it down.
I'm gonna say Bomb.
Bomb is correct.
Yes.
Bomb just blows up.
Yeah, he just blows up.
He also can't kill Bomb.
No, he's unkillable. He blows up.
He's a fucking nightmare.
He's horrific. He's only in is he in Scrap Brain as well? No, he's in Starlight and Scrap Brain.
Starlight.
Yeah.
He's only in that one.
Yeah, he's a pest.
He's a bit of a nightmare.
He's an absolute pest.
There's fucking loads. And Scrap Brain.
He risks ruining the level, but he doesn't.
Is he Scrap Brain?
Yeah, he's in Scrap Brain. Yes.
Nah, he couldn't.
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Nice. Cool.
Good questions.
That's the questions.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
That was good fun.
All right, shall we smash these levels?
Start on the levels. So the levels are in order of appearance. They are Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone, Labyrinth Zone, Starlight Zone, Scrap Brain Zone, and then Final Zone. But that's a boss.
So he
Cool.
going back to the
6.
like idea of him moving across the island. So he starts in his home, right? Then he moves. It makes sense. It makes sense that Marble Zone has like a grassy rural element. Then he goes underground into a base,
and then you get to the sort of no Marble Zone. Then you get to the city Spring Yard.
No, I'm saying you go underground in Marble Zone. You like that?
Oh, you mean Marble Zone? Yeah, you do.
Then yes, and what's nice is that there's mountains in Marble Zone, purple mountains in the background, and those same purple mountains are also in the background of Spring Yard Zone. So it makes that continuity kind of makes sense. And then you go, Labyrinth Zone is entirely underground, right?
Underground, yes, and then you come out in. I like to think that the city you see in the background of Spring Yard is Starlight Zone.
Yeah.
So he goes under the cities in the labyrinth and then comes up in Starlight Zone,
which makes perfect sense.
And then that gets to, and Starlight Zone is the city. It's probably set somewhere on the central on the island. I don't know. And then you get to the center of the island, which is probably where Scrap Brain is, and then big fight.
Yeah, perfect. So there is a really nice logic to the geography of the whole of South Island, which I think is really cool.
I think I've said this idea before in the pod, but I'm gonna say it again because it's just I think it would be the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's true.
How fucking cool would it be is if in this decade, in the open zone decade, which is what we're currently in now as the formulas of Sonic, that they made South Island like a fucking huge overworld area, and you can run through open zone area versions of Green Hill, Marble Zone, Spring Yard, Labyrinth Zone, Starlight, Scrap Brain, and actually anywhere that's appeared on South Island, like from Sonic 1 8-bit, like Jungle Zone, Bridge Zone. It would, and you just run at high speeds through these beautiful vistas. That was my issue with Frontiers is how flat the environment. Like, they're cool environments, but they're just boring. Like, make it Sonic-y. That would be a fucking treat.
It would make,
or even better, go bigger. Give us South Island, West Side Island, North Star Islands. Give us Never Lake thing into the CD1 Angel. Oh my! Imagine running through all of those. How fucking cool! And then you get from each island via boat or something. Oh, just be heaven.
How much better would that have been than the Starfall Islands and Frontiers? It just would have been amazing.
I know, much better.
Absolutely amazing. Wish we could have had that.
Someday.
Or like, anyway, as I said, I think like having, rather than cyberspace being what it was, just use these levels and that would have been so cool if the 6 cyberspace stages. I've always wanted. Were fragments of like Spring Yard.
I'd be chuffed if we had 3D-ified versions of Sonic 1. It'd be amazing.
All right, let's talk levels.
That's so cool. Okay, let's talk levels.
So in sixth place.
Yeah.
Oh, this was very difficult, obviously, as always.
This was probably one of the hardest processes of level ranking I've ever had to do on this podcast. Fucking hard, yeah. I actually found it really difficult.
I found it less difficult
because I like them all.
I found it easy to I found it easy to rank the last one and a couple of the middle ones, and then the first one I'm surprised with what it's ended up being. But this one is.
What is it?
No, it has to be last. Labyrinth Zone, number 6.
Oh, mate, not the same as me.
That's good.
I thought we'd have the same one.
No,
nice.
No, we don't. It's
cool. Tell me why.
It's painful. It is mainly the reason. I think it's got to be the most unpopular zone in this whole game for most people, to be honest. There's lots of good things to say. The background design is really cool. The tiles with the crazy faces on it. Some of the gimmicks are really interesting, like the jets, not jets, but like the sort of jet streams you get caught in that swish you along underground.
Those are very cool.
Tug and pulley platforms that move around. That's all cool. The idea of it all being underground's interesting. As are like the crystal formations and shit. But the fucking hell, the brutality of it is just horrendous. And the underwater movement is so sluggish and dull. And his breath mechanic. It's a challenge, and I get it, and it makes sense. I don't find it enjoyable in the slightest, to be honest.
I see.
It's also like it's so mean.
Differ there.
It's so mean. They put those laser shooter things.
It's a mean level. The whole game's pretty mean.
But this level in particular is really mean. They put those like shooter things that come out of the heads that knock you out, and it's just you've done all this climbing, you can fall all the way back down. It's probably the similar sort of difficulties in Marble Zone, to be honest, but just the underwaterness of it. I guess it's less stimulating. One of the qualities that I don't. You obviously fucking love it. One of the qualities that I use
not that much.
Used to rank my levels is fun and like how entertaining it is. And Labyrinth Zone just isn't. It's just
the guy loves fun.
It's just it has to be fun. It's just not that fun.
It does.
It's just not that fun. It suffers there. I also really like the like head. There's a head that water falls out of, like pours out of, like at the top of the waterfall. That's
great. I love
really
that.
Cool design of the thing that you spin, you fall down. Have I got anything else to say? Sorry, I'm just pulling up a playthrough of it so I can like.
What about that fucking tune? What a fucking tune!
Okay, the song's really good. However, after like plodding around underwater for that long, listening to that loop over and over and over again and dying, it actually does get slightly frustrating.
No, it just
the novelty wears off a bit, and I don't know, just jump like that section where you have to jump, and the spikes on a chain are spinning round, and you have to time it.
That's a nightmare.
It's good. It's good level design, and it makes sense, and it's a good challenge. And then like when you, oh no, yeah, like
that okay.
I like the crystals. They are really cool.
Those are very cool.
And I like the designs of the like trident spikes that pop up.
Yes, me too. Harpoon-esque.
But fuck, Act 3 is just brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I always forget about the Act 3s in this game, and when you get to them, they are full levels.
Yeah.
They're not just bosses. There's a full level there.
I know. I was expecting a like CD-esque.
I always forget.
No, it's a full level.
And it's fucking hard. There's that one in particular, Act 3. You'd go up the wall. You go up the like kind of chain, the platforms on a string that pull you up via a pulley, and then you get to the top, and then a little fucking bitch shoots you down. It's just hellish.
No. Well, yeah, it's worse. You can't see what's coming.
No.
And by the time you have about a second to react to these spikes, you're about to be carried.
Yeah, and then you're chucked all the way back down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool level. I'm pleased it's in the game. I have no like gripe with it other than the fact that it's just not that fun, and it's really sluggish.
Yeah.
And make it forcing him. It's like wading through treacle. He's just painful to move around underwater. I like that they were like, let's put him in an environment. I like that they just decided that Sonic can't swim. That was like canonicized from an early point.
Have you heard why?
Yeah, because Yuji Naka was like, hedgehogs definitely can't swim.
Because he just thought they can't swim. Yeah. I mean, fair enough. I've never seen a hedgehog swim in my life.
I think apparently they can.
Surely they can just, I don't know, who knows.
I'll read you the quote from. It's interesting. All these quotes come from the Sonic Jam official guide. So Yuji Naka says, as for the air bubble idea, we were thinking of ways to make the character more unique. So we thought giving him some sort of weakness would be a good idea. And since there was a water stage, why not have him sink? So what to do when he gets in the water stage, we wondered. And after some deliberation, we came up with the air bubbles, which makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, fair. Weird, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, the manual says, if you don't pass through the water, you won't be able to get through this maze. However, Sonic can't swim. Let's proceed and take a big breath from a big bubble. A countdown will begin when you're almost out of breath.
Yes, let's proceed.
So it's a good, like, the concept.
Nice.
The concept is solid. It's just, I don't know. It's not my favorite. In fact, it is my least favorite of all of the levels in this game. And I always get to it and think, oh, okay, let's get through this.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the aesthetic, which I'm sure you'll talk about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I will. I like it. I like it more than you. I'm quite fond of it, but I still have to put it where I put it because of the rest.
Right.
Okay.
What's your last place then?
My number 6 is not Labyrinth. My 6 is Scrap Brain Zone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Of all of them, I was, again, from fun, I'd say I got the least out of this one. It's fucking great, this place. Actually, I'll start with the positives. It's the first ever Eggman base we see. I think it's a fucking good one. It's a strong one.
It's a good one.
It is a high functioning, ugly, very unromantic. There's no gloss to it. It's a high-functioning, efficient, and brutal, well-oiled machine like city. It's huge. The Scrap Brain. The background. There's an endless like cityscape. It's a great background.
That red fire. It also
like smoke towers and shit.
It also changes, I think, in each level.
It does. So at Act 2 you go inside, which is the only level in the game to do that, to have a different background in the second act when you go in, like I guess closer to the core of the base. So look at the background now. Oh god, it's brilliant. It's so cool. Yeah, there's these like classically like lots of polluting smoke towers. It's a proper there's just skyscrapers everywhere. It's insane. It's so cool. Yeah.
And these nice dome buildings. Look at the background of Scrap Brain, because it is epic. It's an epic. Cyberpunk
This is the mic,
nightmare, dystopian red cityscape.
Yes. Yeah, isn't it? It's very angry, very unforgiving. It's fucking hard, this level. But I don't know, by the time you get to it, you sort of realize like you're sort of used to the difficulty, and so it's easier to just get through it and just like accept that you're going to get hit by rings constantly and lose rings again and again and again and again. You just think fine.
I find it easier than Labyrinth. I'm not going to lie. I think it's more doable.
I agree.
Pop Mac 3
it's
maybe,
hard
because you're just basically back in Labyrinth.
No, but I think Labyrinth is a better challenge, because I don't know, the Scrap Brain is just very unforgiving and cruel, and you're just getting hit again and again and again. Labyrinth has a bit more sort of like it's just more like structured. It's more difficult to its core. If you took away all the enemies from Scrap Brain, it'd be a lot easier and all the obstacles. Whereas Labyrinth would be hard, whatever you do, because of the water and the shape of it. It's a tight, claustrophobic, like underwater labyrinth. It's going to be difficult. In terms of the conflict thing we mentioned earlier, this is the end of it. So if you think about, you contrast level 1, level 6, you've got Green Hill, which is a nature paradise, and he ends up in this hideous, polluted, ugly, metal, angry, clunky, loud machine city. It's the opposite, which it's a nice, clear representation of the Eggman Sonic dynamic, which is iconic.
Very true. Very true.
And then some little highlights. I love the Bullhogs. I think they're fucking iconic. They're probably one of my favorite badniks of all time. I just think Bullhog is such a fun little guy. He's a fucking weirdo. I like his green nose. I like how his hands are. I like how he's like politely standing with his hands together at the front. Like,
he's so sweet. He's an iconic Bullhog.
And they're not that hard as well. They just drop balls out. I mean, they're a bit annoying, but
they're only placed.
I like how they're only in that.
Yeah, in that
boom, 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 boom. With the like descending
the gradient bit.
Platforms. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. And then I have to let's talk about this fucking song, which is pretty cool. The soundtrack of this game is great. Scrap Brain it starts off with just a classic, boss, not boss, bass, angry metal sort of. I love the drums in there, but the best bit is the key change, which is just like hits you. And if you imagine that put into a not 16-bit format like T. Lopes did in his remix, which I won't play this one because if I could, I'd play all of his Sonic 1 because they're amazing, but I'll save the ones I play. But it's got real potential, the melodies and structure of this song, to be just huge. Hence why they should remaster it and make a big Anyway, listen to this. Got that nice machine, kind of like engine pumping shit. Listen to those. I know they stopped. The background.
I think this song is epic.
Yeah, and then we get to this bit. Here it comes. This bit, it all stops, and then it's like, wow, this is insane. Right here. Oh, breakdown.
No. It is actually outstanding.
It's so wonderful. I'm like, wow, look at this. It's like, wow, it's this huge. It has such, that little bit gives it such scope, and it conveys how big this place is. It's great.
It does give it a sense of wonder, and Sonic's optimism
it does.
Getting through it as well, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's better. The halfway through the evil, he's like, no, I'm going to get through this.
It reminds you that you've got hope of navigating this mechanical.
You're the hero. You can do it. Exactly. I mean, I think it's fucking great, but compared to the rest, I'd say it has to be the lowest one because I like more what it wants to. Yeah,
I'll segue that now because my Scrap Brain, I put Scrap Brain at 5.
I thought it would be there. Yeah. I thought so.
Nice. Which I struggle. I was going to put it higher actually, but no, there are others I like more. It is. You're right. It's genuinely difficult, but there are some things you didn't mention, which I also really like. Are the cool? I think the gimmicks in this level are really, really interesting.
There's a lot of great gimmicks.
There's a lot of great. One in particular that's good is the spinny circle one that you jump on and then you spin around.
I love that.
And you
only once. It's iconic. It's great.
Yeah.
You can pick 2 paths from it.
It's really cool. Ball Hog's green nose goes hard. I really like that. It's got slamming platforms. It's got moving platforms. It's got like those big spike balls that are on chains, and then the big spike wheels that come up and down. The change in Skybox is like, I think, fucking amazing. That's such a cool choice to have the big city and then for you to go inside this base of like nightmare. The neon lights in the city in the background are also really, really cool. And then obviously the one thing you didn't mention is how like epic it is that this base has an underground component.
Fuck, I didn't mention that at all. You're right. It's great, that bit.
So in Act 3 you have the surprise. So I've read about that. Apparently they wanted to make like a whole new level
style, but
they couldn't at the time, so they just changed the color palette of Labyrinth Zone, which is cool, fine. But it makes it like geographical sense, because you can just be like, okay, well, he's obviously built his monstrosity on top of these ancient ruins, and like converted it, and the industrialization has like trickled down and depleted and drained the color and life of all of the ruins that once existed there. So it's a good way to demonstrate the like enemy industrialization of the whole thing. I think it works perfectly, and the water's gone to like horrible sludge rather than where it's like what color is it? It's purple. Yeah, so it's like it's contaminated and fucking radioactive now because of Eggman's, and all the plants have gone purple as well, which is really cool. Fucking hard, but really, really cool.
Hard if you don't take the shortcut.
Water
there's a
again.
really good shortcut.
Yeah, there's a knockout shortcut. I know.
It would be. It must have been fucking like disheartening to get to Scrap Brain. Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, and now you've got
Labyrinth
a proper
again.
A nightmare of like the hardest level already, and it is hard, but very rewarding when you get to the spring at the end and you bounce up. And then you've got a kind of nasty boss to defeat. I really like the geometry of this level is cool as well, with those iconic shapes that you have to sort of tuck Sonic in a specific area of the moving walls and platforms, crush him.
And the like lift things as well. I like them.
They're very cool.
Like you get in, it goes, and then it shoots you up somewhere else. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, they're great. There's something about like a secret route or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, there is, where you can skip most of.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's
but no one knows about that apparently. It's like if you go with 50 rings or something.
It's extremely hidden. It's a hidden developer secret. Yeah, the music is fucking knockout. It's so good.
Music's massive.
I think it's so good. So as we've discussed that. Going back to my point about I'd actually, it's not particularly good, my point about like influences, because I can't Labyrinth Zone, I couldn't pick up anything. I don't know what, I think that was just an idea they had, because there aren't really, I guess you could maybe link it to like Zelda-y type kind of vibe, like mythic kind of ruin labyrinth, but not really.
But there's no distinct
Scrap Brain, I think you could potentially. Okay, one thing that I think this game does have definitely, and you see it more in other levels than this. Actually, no, you do see it in Scrap Brain's probably this one and Starlight. You see this like interest which Japan was big on in the 90s of cyberpunk and like dark dystopian urban environments, specifically like influenced by the likes of Blade Runner and Terminator. And and just all of the stuff that's going on in their anime as well, and the way Tokyo was developing as a kind of neon cityscape. Yeah, they loved that shit, and you can really see that come through. There's this like interest and engagement with the kind of urban nightmare mechanic. Tokyo was at that point like becoming a completely sprawling metropolis, and urbanization was like huge. It was just an endless growth of the city. You can kind of see echoes of that in Scrap Brain, which I think that's probably where that interest comes from.
Yeah.
But it's also like the perfect culmination of difficulty. It brings together a lot of the challenges that you've had to face in terms of timing and jumping, and it puts them all together in one level. I've also just had this. I've just now formulated this other kind of quite cool. Let's see if it works. I'll give it a go. These 6 levels, right? They form a kind of chiasmus. where you can like link level 1 and 6, level 2 and 5, and level 3 and 4, or they kind of mirror each other really nicely.
Link 2 and 5
thematically. So I will give me a minute. So one and 6 is, as you pointed out, and building on what you said, you've got the diametric opposites of a beautiful pastoral idyll and then an urban mechanical absolute nightmare. So it's Sonic's home and Eggman's home. That's an easy contrast, right? Marble Zone, you've got this is a stretch. You've got the
incomplete building.
No. Think about it, right? So first of all, geographically, Sonic starts at the top and goes down underground, and he ends up. There's a sort of world underground of like ruins. So what he's walking through is a city that has been destroyed and is being destroyed by the lava. In contrast, Starlight, you're in basically a construction zone. A new city is being built, so total opposite to the ruin. And Sonic goes from underground, like being down in Labyrinth, and he starts off kind of high, but you can go down into the ruins. But the majority of the level is spent on the rooftops at the top. So there's a kind of parallel there in terms of you've got construction versus destruction, old versus new, and it's a modern, minimalist, sleek new city versus like an ancient Greco-Roman kind of ruins.
Nice.
So that's a parallel. Okay. And then here we go. This is also a stretch. You've got Spring Yard and Labyrinth, right? So Spring Yard is Spring Yard is an amusement park, a modern, like a modern like zone Labyrinth. Of kind of play, where there's games and something to navigate and get through, lost in, where you can get lost in the kind of neon labyrinth. And then you've got the complete opposite. You've got an equivalent of like a kind of area of play is not the right word, but like a kind of puzzle or something to engage with. You've got a labyrinth underwater in built by an ancient civilization with no neon that's been overrun by nature versus like the labyrinth has kind of taken over the nature that is there, like the water, and then you've got the Spring Yard.
Point of this though?
There's no point. It's just interesting to parallel. It just, I think, you know what it does? It just shows the thematic richness.
It gives it a more whole wrap.
It shows the thematic richness of the level, and you can overlay on top of all of that the conflict between man and nature and machine. I think because you can because you've got you can absolutely. You've got Marble Zone is like the Marble Zone represents the old and the natural and the kind of untouched, and then you've got the new city. I think being the Marble on
Starlight is legit. I think the Green Hill and Scrap Brain is legit. I think Spring Yard and Labyrinth could be a bit of a stretch.
It is a stretch, but there's something. There's something there. Like there's some of them like Sonic's on a water slide, and then in sort of Spring Yard he's got like bumpers, and there's kind of elements of like a theme park in both. One is just new and one is ancient.
I guess so. There's a thing of old and new going on, which is like, sure.
It's cool. Gotta try Baby. It's a night. No, not a lot. You know what? It just adds credence to the fact that this game is like thematically underrated, and there's more to it than meets the eye.
Agreed.
If you really look,
there's such an interesting set level. What was that? Your number 5. Are you finished?
So I'm done. I'm done. So I love Scrap Brain. It's fucking cool, and the backgrounds are amazing. So that's my 6 and 5. What's yours?
Nice. So I was really torn between my 4 and 5. I think I've switched them around about 4 times, but I don't know. I have to put 4 higher than 5. So my 5 is Green Hill Zone.
Oh my god, that feels like sacrilegious. To be honest.
Doesn't it? I'll just leave.
Not sure about that, mate.
Let me justify. I can justify more when I get to my number 4. But think about what I've put above it.
Yeah, I don't know why you've done that. I think I might be wrong.
No, it's not wrong. I love like I said. Think about how much I jacked off Scrap Brain. Like I love all of these levels. They're all fucking great. I have to give my number 4 higher than my number 5 because I don't know. Green Hill's fucking great. It's so iconic. The trees are beautiful. The totem, the bridges, the underground, the mountains, the lake. The dancing flowers. They're so good and they're lovely. If you take away the iconicness, it is just a very nice like pastoral forest level, and it's great, and it plays brilliantly. It's a lot of fun. It's probably the most fun. No, it is definitely the most fun level to play because of the speed and honestly just how easy it is. You can just blitz through it, accompanied by lovely visuals, nice background shit, a decent splattering of platforming and speed. So it's brilliant to play. The music obviously is iconic. I won't play it because we all know it, but it is fucking iconic. And it establishes Sonic's happy, lively, strong, confident, determined, and just optimistic. Oh, okay, so you are playing it.
Yeah, shut up, mate. Let it play. Fucking shitting on my favourite level. Not my favourite level, by the way. But it's just beautiful, isn't it? It's like it couldn't be happier.
It's beautiful.
This is pure nostalgic joy captured in musical form.
It's pure joy. It is. I completely agree. It's the perfect start to it. That's kind of all I kind of that's kind of all I have to say.
I get it.
It's just great and nice. I love the badniks. Obviously, they're iconic. It is just the perfect introduction to Sonic. It just couldn't be better. And I don't know, I found the other 4 zones more stimulating in the ways that I care about more, which is why they're higher. This is still a brilliant zone, but it had to be at 5 for me.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I won't berate you for it. It's fair. I understand why you've done it. Guess what my 4 is then?
I don't know. You tell me.
Green Hill. No. Spring Yard.
Is it not? Yeah, interesting.
Spring Yard. So we're really differing here. So you've gone.
We are
Scrap Brain, Green Hill. I've gone Labyrinth, Scrap Brain, and now I've gone Spring Yard. So I will kick this off by. We got to hear the tune because Spring Yard is
hit me with that
really good shit.
It's pretty nice. Oh yeah.
So cheeky.
It's fucking great.
And iconic. It's just brilliant. I think it's so good. So Spring Yard then. The thing that really I hadn't ever fully appreciated about this zone is how much aesthetically is going on. It's crazy, and there is nothing like this in anything I've ever seen. They've managed to get so many contrasting colors in there, in the sprites and the textures in the background, and like patterns, and somehow they work amazingly well. So you've got, firstly, it's just on paper, it's just insane. It's a casino carnival in the mountains. Because there's purple mountains, and then in front of the purple mountains is a city. So it's like on the outskirts of the city, and then in front of the city is a forest, which presumably is Green Hill and Marble Zone. So I think Marble Zone is on the outskirts of Green Hill, and then you've moved into this city, which is just. And then if you go really far down, it's like a field. That's like just green.
The green's nice.
That's just amazing. So you've got this like nature shit going on, and then you've got. I really love the textures that are in Spring Yard. You've got that like brass kind of dimple background that he runs through, like on the walls.
Yes.
And then the green.
It's great.
Grating on the the sort of semi-transparent. The clouds are also really nice.
They're like mint green. It's just the weirdest color.
But mint green and brown.
It's like. Yeah, like burnt orange.
Yeah.
It's such a weird color.
It is.
You never see that color
ever,
or that combination.
No, and it gives it this really like
purple here and there.
I don't know, kind of just comforting.
It's really hard to describe. What is it?
I can't.
It's definitely not unpleasant. Like it's nice.
And then you've got
in just the weirdest way.
Neon strips in the background and like.
It's very Japanese.
It's extremely Japanese.
Lots of like experimental Japanese artwork. Yeah. That this would fit in so well.
But I can't get enough of it. Like it's just beautiful. And I think the then on
see it again.
On top of that, you've got this in 3D would be stunning, but difficult because it's so how weird it is. I love those pipes. There are these pipes that protrude across as like sprites in the background. You've got this they've got an emerald green base, a purple rod, and then two blue hoops on the top of them. It's just so cool with the red flashing lights shit next to them. Yeah. Yes. I just can't get enough of it. I think the color scheme and with the deep purple background, which is just so cool.
Deep
purple mountains and sky and city. Like, what a triumph of visual feats. This is what I was looking shit up about Spring Yard, being like, why? What has inspired this design? What looks like this that I can get more of?
It's like a sort of precursor to the insanity of CD.
Yeah, it is.
It's quite CD.
Can't get enough of CD. But yeah, it is like CD. So about this one, did I read the? I'll read the Scrap Brain one afterwards because it's just interesting. The Naoto Oshima says about this one. This map was the first one to be drawn and finalized. Wanted to bounce around on the pinball-like bumpers in the stage really can't be helped because the star pattern bumpers make a bobbin noise when you bounce on them. In Sonic Team lexicon, we call them bobbins. That's all. Bros.
I'd love to know more Sonic Team lexicon.
Yeah, that's all Bro's got to say about that. He said about this is what Yuji Naka said about Scrap Brain. Just briefly, while we're on it, instead of going straight to the boss in the end, you get dropped down to a level. So he must be talking about Act 3. And we wanted that feeling of fighting your way back up. It would have been nice. This is what I was saying. It would have been nice to draw a specific background, but due to space and time constraints, we just changed the background color and made the basement level the same as Labyrinth Zone. Cool way to think about it. Anyway, sorry, back to Spring Yard. A city at sunset lined with exotic buildings. Jump on the platforms into bobbins. Sonic can fly like a pinball. This is from the manual. So cool.
Yeah.
You've obviously put it higher, which is good. What else do I like about it? So I love the the gameplay in Spring Yard is just really fun. And it also forces you to master the jumping physics as well. So there are several early on in Act 1. There are several kind of loops that go back on themselves, and if you jump at the right time in the loop, you can reach the platform.
Yeah, I noticed them too. They're a good challenge.
They are a good challenge.
And they're quite wow.
It's innovative. You have to really think about how the speed will affect the way you move off when you jump, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's got those iconic at the end of Act 3. It's got those sort of stairs that move to the left and right, so you have to sort of predict where you're going to go. You can get some pretty good speed as well. It's a good level because it rewards good play. So if you play it well and you don't fall down to the bottom, you get areas of speed and you can really pull through.
Yeah. It's a faster level than Marble Zone, definitely.
It's much faster.
You get that speed again, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I can't get enough of the way it looks. It's just beautiful beyond belief. I think it's one of the coolest levels I've ever seen, actually. It kind of should be higher, but it's going to stay there. These next four are millimeters away from each other. I could put Spring Yard higher than the next one, but I think it's...
Well, for the most part, I agree, yeah. Yeah, okay, nice. I've got a lot more to say on it.
Great, I'll stop then.
Which is seriously good shit.
I just love the geometry of it. It's just, it's so good. I could look at it. I could literally, so cool. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. I can't explain that enough.
This is why I want to see a 3D version, because these places are so unique and interesting.
They are.
Especially Spring Yard, Starlight. They're so weird and what are these places? I want to see them in a rich... I remember when I first saw Chemical Plant from Generations, it was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. As in Act 2, the modern, this is fucking beautiful. Imagine that they could really just do some wonderful things with Spring Yard, but still.
In Spring Yard especially, I think, just has these the sprites are just so iconic. Like those green and blue blocks that get in your way that are just in the middle.
Yeah,
and with that thing spinning around in the middle.
And the weird it's hard to describe, the weird slanted panels mounted atop two pillars at the top of the levels. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
With the lines along it. What the fuck are they? And what would that look like in 3D? They're so cool. They're great.
Even the pillars that are holding up the structures have these really interesting...
they do.
They've got a kind of rounded Doric style.
Knuckles Chaotix does it. CD to CD. Oh, don't even get me started.
It's those two games really pull.
But you can tell this is This is the dormant version of it, and then those two games just make it fucking implode.
It is just endlessly. I'm just looking at the gameplay. It's just so interesting the way it looks. The colors. I've never seen a combination of colors like this. Just love it. So yeah, fucking great, and it's actually fun. It's really fun to play as well.
Yeah.
Originally called Sparkling Zone.
Agreed.
If you didn't know that.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it was going to be called. I know, Spring Yard's way better. Spring Yard's bizarre. What the hell is that?
Yard. What do you mean yard? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird that. I know. Still. Also, there are only springs in the pits, really. There's not like an abundance of springs apart from the pits. I don't know.
And I like...
Spring, I guess bounce. You know, you bounce a lot on the bumpers, on the bobbins.
It's interesting that this is like this. We take for granted that Sonic always has pinball and casino levels in like every game somewhere. There's something like that.
This is the first.
This is the first. This is where it all begun, and it's because I think it was because obviously Japan has a massive thing with like pinball and gambling games as like so they're almost cultural artifacts in Japan. It's like a huge thing. They kind of are in the Western world as well. But they fucking loved it there. So obviously that's this kind of the neon, like it's a staple of 80s and 90s urban design.
It is. Yes.
Cool.
Nice. Okay.
I won't say more in case you.
What's that? Is that your four?
That's my 4. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my 4 we've already heard before. My 4 is Labyrinth Zone.
Now you put Labyrinth. Okay. So go on then.
I think it's bit better than Green Hill Zone because
I don't understand.
So that. you criticize the destruction design of it all and how hard it is and like it's like a nightmare. I don't know. You have to embrace it, mate. You just got to embrace it.
It's a completely fair argument, though. It's a completely fair argument.
You have to. It's nothing like the rest of the levels because all the other levels are Scrap Brain less so, but still all the other levels are very open and have much more space. And this is a really if you look at the level maps, they're much more constrained. These are a really claustrophobic, tight. Sort of, it's a proper like adventure. This it'd be fucking horrible in real life. You'd be so claustrophobic.
Well, you kind of see it a bit in Sonic 2, the movie.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, you do. I don't know. I find it really exciting. I think the gold color's great. I like all the sort of faces and weird patterns that are embossed onto the rocks. They're what are they? Is it like a former civilization? Is it like an ancient? Who built this labyrinth? Because cool. This is a man-made labyrinth.
Is a lot of
it's
intrigue.
Not. Yeah, there is the crystals, the defenses with the as you said the spikes going up and down, the heads which it looks like sort of boar. It looks like a boar that shoots the bullets out. It's so interesting, and it's deep underground, so it must be properly ancient. I don't know. I think it's a really cool. It's a very well done labyrinth. I like the old pillar business. That's great. The crystals are brilliant. The hanging vines and the waterfalls are lovely. It's a nice aqua blue color. I like the endless bit. In I think it's Act 3. The endless waterfall, and you got to jump.
Good puzzle to figure
that's
out.
Fun. That's really good. Yeah. I first time I remember it took me ages. Because I think I've never seen this before.
Because your brain dead.
Exactly. But how about this song, which is like this weird. It's sort of like Latin. It has this sort of weird spunkiness to it that really complements the twanginess. I don't know. All these words just fit with Labyrinth Zone, and it has this slight tauntingness to it. I think when it's like ding 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 ding, it has a slight like. We know you're in fucking dire straits here, but this is going to carry you through it. I don't know. There's something good going on there. I'll play it, and then I'll play. Okay, I'll play a bit of the OG, and then T. Lopes did it about 15, 13 years ago. He made an unreal remix of it, which I'll play. But yeah, just listen to this. I all day since doing the research, I've not stopped humming this song. The bass is great.
Bass is good when you hear
it. I love this bit. Whatever that's called, like offbeat or something.
It's naughty. It is naughty.
It kicks off here. This is great, this bit. It removes now. And then this bit, bit uncertain there, and then back to it. Like, it's like really character.
It's got a real adventure-y.
Quirky. Yeah.
You're really kind of delving. You're I don't know, you're like digging with it. You're kind of...
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it pushes you through in a really encouraging but also slightly tentative way. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's like progress. The message of it is like progress carefully, but like keep going kind of thing.
Yeah. Just listen to. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Listen to this. Wait, is it this one? Hang on. Or is it this one? Sorry, hang on. I think it's this one. He's leaned into the like Latin thing here.
He has. He's obviously picked up on it.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh no. This. Wow.
That is good. Oh, that little twinkle.
It's fucking lovely. I think we were really treated when they said T-Lopes make the Mania sound.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This man has a unbelievable amount of talent that is brewing inside him. Every song that he touches becomes gold.
He also has.
I really, really wish they would employ him more.
He also has an
Superstars
unbelievably
would have benefited so much
good.
if he did the whole.
God, yeah. He had an unbelievably good grasp on like what Sonic's about as well, because the music always so brilliantly
he
pulls
takes
forward.
inspiration from from the right places. Yeah.
But pulls out the like motifs that we know and love so well. It's just so good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential in all of these songs. That probably makes sense of what you said before about
That's what
the
I'm
fact
saying.
that they were composed like outside of the console first and they converted it in, because they're just so good. Yeah. They're proper musical pieces with really good like riffs and rhythms to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they are. I agree.
That's good. They're great. A solid defense of Labyrinth, to be honest. I completely.
I also like the green water. Like, it could have been blue.
Yeah, they made it like murky.
It gives it this sort of like
ancient.
Oldness to, again, more ancient. Yeah, cavernous.
Yes,
it's like you're properly in an underground cave. Immersive. That's my defense of Labyrinth. I think it's properly iconic. I don't know. I like the challenge. I think it's an earned challenge. It's not like fuck off. That's just that's unfairly hard. It's like a good struggle.
You're over halfway through the game.
Look at where you are. You know, it's going to be hard down there. Pause. But yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. I agree. I enjoy it less.
Yeah, I'm completely a fan. I think most people fucking hate this level, but I don't know if you just stop and look at it.
Yeah, it's cool, and I agree. Normally, I would like the kind of intrigue of there's real thought here about like what are the faces, where have they come from, who's built this? It's an ancient ruin. Is it linked to the Marble Zone ruins in some way? Don't know.
Yeah,
because it's like Greco-Roman, isn't it? The Marble Zone ones, they kind of got
it is, but
and the Labyrinth is obviously there's a Greek myth about. There's a Greek myth about
it. Might even predate it. Yeah, but yeah.
But this does feel even like
the Minotaur.
Yeah, this does feel somehow even more ancient.
It might predate Marble Zone. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the like
it's gold, whereas Marble Zone is silver. It has this even older and it's deeper underground.
It's the kind of cave painting-y type. They're like it has this. It does feel ancient, whereas
it does.
Marble Zone feels like somehow more like I don't know.
Indeed.
Yeah, like ancient history, and then Marble Zone is like our Labyrinth Zone is like no, this is like an ancient civilization.
Unknown, ancient. Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's that. Love it. Big fan.
Maybe it's when the flicky, because the some of the designs kind of look like evolved flickies. So maybe it's like when the flickies were sentient, they built this, and now they've devolved into the atavistic animals now.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit me up. We're gonna switch it. You give me your 3 then.
Yeah, I thought I should because we've done my 3 already.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, go
on. Okay, so my 3 is Spring Yard Zone.
You said Spring Yards on 3. Okay, cool.
So, which means, no. Oh, interesting. Okay, so, the vibe, as you said, the vibe is really fucking hard to actually pinpoint and describe. But whatever it is, I love it. The best I did.
Give me more.
I've got here. I've said I love the City Park vibe because there's a slight City Park, like nighttime, sort of 60s, 50s, like jazz. Black alley cat street, but that I don't know whatever that's called, like sort of classy jazz. There's just that whatever that aesthetic is, as in the like sort of Big Panther. It catches that old cool but cheeky jazz thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. You feel that in the building. In the architecture and the music and just there's some and the bricks, the color of the bushes, the purple city. The purple city does it a lot. I don't know, and like the lights in the windows. it's reminiscent of like art, you know, from that time of buildings at night with just nice yellow windows glowing for the lights inside. It has that intrigue, which I love that style so much. It's just brilliant. And it's niche, it's rare. You don't see it very much. It's great. Big fan of the bumpers. I like the neon writing. As you said, I like how it's a precursor to all the casino levels. That's great because it is the proper it's a messy one, and it's because the casino night zone in Sonic 2 is a much more westernized sort of like, you know, it's much more familiar. Like, oh yes, this is a casino. This is a more subtle casino, but you know, all sort of an amusement park vibe. But it's still there in a really weird way with the bumpers and the springs and the you know the sort of something else as well. But I don't know, I forgot. Yeah, but yeah, lots of rings. And I agree with what you said about the pinball thing. It's just cool, and Sonic's like weird affiliation with it, which has been there from the start, which is why it's just properly iconic whenever they bring it up. It's why it's good they had Casino Night in Generations. Like you have to acknowledge somewhere. The song is amazing. The T-Lopes remix is good again. I'll give us just a little teaser of it. I won't go. I'm gonna do too much, but it's fucking great, that one. Just quickly find it. He just knocks it out the park. Ready? I'll turn out. Is that right?
That's good.
Like, just bear with. Here it comes.
When did he do this? This is 15 years ago as well.
This is fair, yeah, ages ago. There you go. That's that like casino glamoury, ritzy, flipsy shit. He does some good shit here. Is it here? I want the like. Oh, this bit. Oh my god. The piano. Wait, this next bit, my favourite bit. This bit. No wonder they hired him. Oh, I mean, wouldn't you just jump for joy if you heard that and thought, "Wow,
triumph.
We need him." It's so good.
So cool.
He's a master. He's a master. I can't praise Ski Slopes, T-Lopes enough. Love the colours, burnt orange, mint green, fucking cool. I reckon there's one city on South Island, and we've seen 3 parts of it. I reckon we've seen, because the city looks fucking huge, but surely it's a tropical island. There's got to be anyone. South Island City is quite cool. This is the kind of like
massive
outskirts.
South Island City.
It's huge. It's a proper like metropolis. This is the outskirts. Then you've got Starlight, which is the kind of center, and then Scrapbrain, I guess, is the harsher, more industrial bit, which becomes Eggman's base, and then you've got Final Zone. Yeah, I don't. You could put them into one. Big,
I actually think Starlight
organism.
is like the outskirts. I think it's like a motorway. It's like the top of a motorway, and there are sort of blocks around it. I don't think it's the center because there's so much space, and you're kind of looking at, and you you go into and under developments, like buildings, and you go up onto the scaffold. But I think it's a big construction site on the edge of a city.
You could see it as both. You're right, because the background is big skyscrapers, and this is slightly less. Yeah, you're right. Oh god, Starlight's so cool.
Yeah, hold fire on that.
Yeah. Blow my load. And then it's in a good place in order, I think, more than you said, but still, we've over that. Architecture's great. Platforms, love it. Lowering blocks. It's all iconic. And finally, I love the Badnik. The rollers.
Yeah, I forgot to mention
them. You
can
see the rollers as Sonic's first true rival.
Yes.
Because they sort of look like him.
They do.
They match his speed. They roll. They're fast. They're like a sort of armadillo, which is like a sort of like anti-hedgehog. I don't know. It's cool. Yeah, I like them a lot.
They're really fun.
They stand out. You're like, fuck. Like, not what's this? You say, shit, who's this? Because it looks like a sort of character.
Yeah,
but
it does.
It's just about
they're really cool. Yeah. They like roll right up to
Metal
you
Sonic
and then
prototype,
stop just before. Yeah, they are. They are Metal Sonic prototype. They're really cool. I like them a lot.
Yeah. Big fan of them. Yeah. That's that. I love Spring Yard. But you've covered it perfectly. But I think it's fucking great. That's my number 3. Big fan.
My number 3 is I've put Green Hill here. which means we are now
which means me and you have the same 1 and
top
2.
two. Yeah,
but which one is first?
Which
one's
indeed,
second? That's so exciting.
Interesting.
Go on. Why is Green Hill number?
Well, this is where it all begun. It's iconic in every single way. It's probably one of the funnest levels in Sonic, full stop, because you can just blast through, and it's there's nothing, you can master it as well. There's like a good variety of different routes. It's the peaceful idyll and establishes those key themes of like nature versus machine, because you've got the Eggman's like mechanical badniks with animals inside, which is just horrific that he's done that. I love all the sprites, the purple flowers, the blue sky, the checkered soil. Obviously, just iconic design. But actually, the thing that really struck me this time is just how fun it is. It's just such a treat to blast through and master as well.
It's a happy joy.
Eugene Acker says about Green Hill. This is the stage that took the designers the longest to properly get arranged, which is interesting. And from the beginning of development, the graphics were probably redone 4 or 5 times. The art and maps of the zone alone took half a year. At the time, we were aware of computer graphics, but we tried to do it by hand. Quite cool.
Wow.
Cool. I love a couple of standout things. I love are the moving clouds in your version?
I don't think so.
I feel like that was in Origins, but I reckon I read something about that, and those are like added in to a couple of different like newer versions, but they're really cool. The totem poles. Oh my god! How dare you? Actually,
I'm just booting it up.
No, they don't. They don't move. They don't move in the original. They've been added.
I might just play it while you chat.
Can you not?
The whole game again.
They've been added. Act 3 has a really, really big waterfall. That's cool.
It does. It's
where
great.
When buzz bombs appear in it, that's iconic.
Mate, I'm just playing it now. This is so good.
Stop.
I fucking love
They're
this
too
game.
fun.
Green Hill's so fun.
I love the fan bushes. There's like little triangular fan
they're
bushes.
great, aren't they?
They're really cool.
They're
the way
iconic.
they're designed.
I'd love to feel them.
If you actually
it's like
look
a paper
at
fan.
Yeah. If you actually look at the palm trees as well, they're really odd. They're like ribbed.
Yeah, they are
all the way up. And I love how kind of 3D they look. It's really nice. You can tell it's actually hand drawn.
It's a nice effect on it.
Makes sense he said that. The sunflowers, the purple flowers that bounce up and down. It's just, and you're in like, it's hilly. It's quite interesting, the terrain actually. It's like quite difficult to traverse kind of mountain ridges in the background. It's not, doesn't look very walkable. And just the design of it, the way you can choose different routes, it's just fantastic. I thought this was a really nice description. I read, picturesque paradise with green vegetation, beautiful blue lakes, and brown checkered soil. Just
very nice,
stunning. Also, point of interest.
Soil is iconic.
Point of interest: those bridges that you walk across. One of the iconic things where it dips down. Like like Sonic's weight is registered by the logs on the bridge. That effect,
it's a good effect.
Is unique to Green Hill. You don't get that in any other aspect of.
No, you don't. True.
Quite interesting.
Yeah,
because most other gimmicks that are in Green Hill do appear in some form or another, but that one doesn't. I think apparently they ran out of time. Like they wanted to put more in. And I mentioned it before. The totem poles are so cool, and obviously that becomes they really picked up on that in 3D versions of this level, of which there have been an infinite multitude,
a ridiculous amount. Yeah,
but it's bliss. It's pure joy, and it deserves to be nice and hard.
It is. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's defining, absolutely defining.
Isn't it? I know. Yeah, I completely agree. Big fan. Fucking legendary place.
Yeah. So this is it then. Two and one.
Okay, so
we've got the contenders are Marble Zone and Starlight Zone.
Should we say our 2 at the same time?
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Fine.
Ready? 3.
This will be so. Wait. I'm not ready.
2.
I'm not ready. Stop. Okay. Right. Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go 3, 2, 1.
Wait. Is it?
No. I got it.
3,
is it on 3?
2,
on. Wait.
God,
What are we going? 3, 2, 1. Say it.
No. 3, 2, 1. Then go. Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Starlight.
Nice.
How?
Yeah, this was fucking hard.
I had a sneaking suspicion this might happen.
Torn.
Which means we both put Marble Zone in
torn.
First place.
Which it's got to be done, mate.
So that's the level 2 and 5. The
fascinating.
The link, the construction versus
the pair.
Old versus new.
The great pair.
The old city versus the new city. Wow. All right, well let's tackle beautiful Starlight Zone.
I've had 2 big ones for Labyrinth and Spring.
Okay.
You tell me.
Starlight Zone I thought I would have put first.
Same.
but I haven't for whatever reason. I will say, to be honest, at any given day, I could easily be convinced to switch these two round.
Me too.
But I guess, I don't know, Marble Zone this time just had something a bit special. And maybe it's the nostalgic value as well.
I think that adds a lot for me.
It does add a lot for me. So it's Starlight is frankly, it's just elite. Let me just read. I just want to read a description of Starlight Zone and just
go on,
because it just sounds like literally heaven. It's on the Sonic Wiki. Okay, Starlight Zone is set in a large construction site. It takes place at night, and the highways are littered with street lamps, green girders, red traffic cones, pots with bushes, and flashing red lights. Yellow and black construction barriers surround various areas, and towards the bottom of the zone are multiple brick flats that are yet to be finished. Otherwise, most of the zone's roads and structures appear to be made of a greenish-grey steel. In addition, in the background, one can see silver and green scaffolding and brick buildings, and in the far horizon, you can spot the stars in the black sky and the lights of the shining metropolis. How cool does that fucking sound?
Shining, yeah, that's just beautiful.
Absolutely.
That's just heaven.
It's just poetry, and actually, it reflects this zone has a really
urban bliss,
really unique thing where it's somehow so peaceful, and I can't explain why. So, interesting quote from Naoto Oshima. Music adds a lot. You're right. He says,
"You just can't get that right, can you?"
Sorry.
Naoto Oshima. It's so
Oshima.
easy.
While designing stages, I had the image in mind of something like outer space or a starry night sky. I was thinking there should be a place where you run through a scenic nighttime location. By the time we were done with the last three stages, Labyrinth, Starlight, and Scrap Brain, we had a really good understanding of the system and had become somewhat fanatical about elaborate moving platforms.
What the fuck?
Crazy.
Yeah, harsh but fair. That's great. Yeah, the nighttime thing is just so here. Yeah. It's so nice.
Yeah, I'll let you play the tune. But So a couple of standouts. Because yes, it's set on a construction site in, as we've discussed, like an urban environment. I think on the outskirts, and I like to think of it as like a motorway with buildings all around it, and you're kind of going through this urban maze on like the green superhighway. There's just so many interesting elements to it, design-wise. So it's the only level which has items in the foreground as well as the background. Right at the start, you pass by these scaff girders in the foreground,
I saw that.
Which creates a really cool sense of speed, obviously, and just gives you really immediately the sense that you're in it. I love all the like integration of these like interesting urban objects, and among them are these unbelievably unique looking things. So you've got these like green domes.
What, the cones?
On the floor. The green domes on the floor. And then obviously the most iconic are these like watchtowers at the start. That I think they're lamps. They're street lights. They must be.
They're so cool. They're these weird looking street lamps.
I think they're street lights, but they also look like kind of air traffic.
Domes. They're bushes.
Yeah, they must be bushes, but they are. You're right. Sorry.
How nice is that?
They're just bushes. I know. Cool. Amongst nature, amongst this like, I don't know. It's somehow it's like good nature. This is like good future kind of industry, isn't it? It's like
a fruit. It's like a free to get aero. It's not like it, but it's what that aesthetic's about.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
They're like that nice early 2000s blue and green shit. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, it is.
It's a gorgeous aesthetic.
It is lovely.
But yeah, it has the same meaning to it.
I think it is like, I don't know. It's like you're exploring this urban jungle.
You're right. It's a highway because sorry, not there are parts like the black and yellow barriers are like faded in the background, and they're not faded. So like it's like is it to give the effect of like a road?
Yeah. Yes. He's like, so yes. Cool. Yeah, well, that's a really good. I hadn't noticed that. That's a really good observation. So it's like it's on the other side of the road to show distance in the 2D layering.
The lamps have that as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, they do. Well, they're on either side of the road, aren't they? Because some are facing back and some are facing on.
Amazing.
It is amazing, and they're flashing. It's super cool. So yeah, it is a highway.
They are.
And actually, I can see why he said they got fanatical about moving platforms because there's a lot. But then you get, especially Act 2, you can absolutely send it. If you take the high route, you can go so fast on the iconic loop the loops.
Oh, you can.
Which is obviously a huge relief after the Labyrinth Zone. I also really like the detail how Sonic can jump and hit. He can hit platforms with his head, and then they like fall down. and they won't fall unless he hits them with his head.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's good, like, interaction with the scenery.
They bring that back. Yes, it is.
Yeah, they do.
God, it's so
and
cool,
it's another level that
it's
really rewards speed as well. Like and good gameplay. If you like take the right paths, you avoid the bombs, you don't get hit, and you build up enough momentum, it rewards you by allowing you to access higher grounds and skip out the platforming, so you can just go really fast.
There is much more fast-paced action in this level than the rest, which is nice.
Yeah, it's like a return
closest
to the
Green Hill speed, I'd say.
The fans are cool.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Now I'm looking at those bushes. They are like they're clearly on two sides of the road. That's why they have different textures.
It's so cool that I didn't notice that until just now.
I hadn't noticed that. That's really good. And I love all this. It's like it's being built. So the scaffolding shit is just so cool. And the crisscross girders.
It's a construction site.
I kind of hate the seesaws, but I've always hated that gimmick. But they're fine.
Agree.
They're fine. You disagree? You don't like?
They're fine in the level. No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think it's boring that I have to carefully step to the other side, wait for it to come down,
unfortunately,
then do it again if it's not high enough. Not a fan. Bit tedious.
But it's just so good. You go down into the urban jungle and then you like fly a Sonic out through the bricks, up past the roofs, into the superhighway and up into the starry sky. It's just so cool. It's
also such a reward after Labyrinth.
Yeah, massive.
You're like, oh wow, I'm out of the claustrophobic shit and I've got this rich, fresh air, cold night air highway adventure. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Empty as well. There's two badniks. It's a nice place to be.
The bomb and the orbital, whatever it's called, Orbinaut.
It's a great.
And the choice of green and the colours just give it this like cool, sleek, minimalist
the green
aesthetic.
Is like, I can't with the green. Yeah, the green is just so nice. I completely agree. It has that. There is an architect who like has buildings around London, and he loves this color. He loves the combination of bricks and this olive dark mint. I don't know what it is, but I love it, and it looks so good. And this does that. This has the bricks and that green, and he's I'll find out his name, but whoever he is, he's great. But yeah, this sort of has that vibe, and it's just brilliant. There's something very nostalgic about it, which is just nice. Yeah. Very comforting.
It's absolutely beautiful. Actually, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. What have you got? Have you got anything to add?
Yeah, you covered most of it. The first thing I've said is this city is fucking beautiful. Yeah. It's again quite hard to describe what's going on with it. I've put unromantic, but also not derelict or messy.
Yeah, it's a proper like night. It's industry really done well.
Pleasant. Yeah. But like done well in a purely just pleasing to the like heart kind of way. I don't know. See a slick green construction site. I love the scaffolding, the girders, fans, barriers, cones, bushes, the lamps. God, the lamps are so cool. I fucking love a street lamp. I love street lamps, and so like they're just such awesome things. Just think about it. It's just a very tall pillar and a light, and it illuminates so much that I don't know. Just imagine like one. It's the best. It's just idyllic. I would love to be inside. So
how much would you like to just walk through it while this music plays?
It would be heaven. You'd feel so calm and at peace and just comfortable, and it's just so nice. It also has this sort of cool cat New York thing going on with the bricks and the green and the nighttime thing. The fact that it's night is just inspired.
It's true.
And then let's just get onto this song. This song is insane. It's the most. It just sounds like it's like a sigh of just pure comfort, relief, and just it's just bliss. And it accompanies you as you explore these night highways, and in like sort of in a fair condition of safety and comfort. And it's just really nice. Here it is. It's just so nice. It reminds me nothing like this, but like just in the feel of it. It reminds me of the Super Mario World credits theme, which is this. Hang on, you'll see this. Wait, here now that. You know, it has that same like.
Yes, I know what you mean.
There's like a sort of I don't know whatever's going on there in like musically in the notes is this similar thing. This lovely comfort. It's fucking great.
It is. You're right. There is a sense. There's a real sense of comfort. It's got that like twinkly kind of just soft joy. It's odd because it really doesn't fit. Like it's got no trepidation in terms of like coming. It doesn't like feel like you're coming towards the end or it's just. But yet somehow it is still very well placed at like near the end level. I think it's often forgotten. I think it's an really underrated zone. A lot of people forget about it because they can't get through Labyrinth, so it doesn't get the recognition it deserves. But it is deserving of love and rejuvenation because it's genius. I think it's genius, absolute genius.
It is. I can't implore them more to do it again, bring it back. Listen to T. Lopes' remix. It captures the beauty. Listen to this lovely warming acoustic guitar here.
Oh yeah. See, he just understood this song so immediately.
All of his remixes, he's understood what the levels are about perfectly. Genius. I mean, this is just so good. Wow. It's just so good.
Yeah, and it's got that like chill jazz vibe, which is just perfect for the city.
It's divine. It's like you know what it is quite like? It's like a massive musical number finale on like a play, you know?
Yeah.
Like the tune has that like that sort of like here we are, it's the end.
It's kind of triumphant.
Yeah. It's that. And he
brings it out
later
on.
Oh, hang on.
That's so good.
Oh, it's like Unleashed. I mean, holy fuck. Stop it. God, it's fucking huge.
Actually, it's very like so you've got jazzy music in a like nighttime cityscape. It's actually obviously we were talking about
Unleashed.
Last night. It's also quite cowboy bebop.
Oh, it is quite bebop.
Like,
it is.
The choice of like jazz. I know, obviously, bebop's often much more depressing, but like the choice of like jazzy sort of vibe in like nighttime urban. It's kind of cyberpunky. It's got a sci-fi feel to it. Very cool.
It does.
Very, very cool. Always a winning combination. City at night, jazz. Like,
isn't it just?
Can't get better.
Oh, you know who says that? You know who completely agrees with you? Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. He has a line in an incredibly good song called Espresso Love, and it is. Is
that Espresso Love or Espresso Love?
Yeah. No. He says that. I was made to go with my girl like a saxophone was made to go with the night.
Nice.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, that's it's so true.
So true. It's a dreamy combination. Yeah. Love it. What a fucking triumph. What a level.
It is a triumph. Those street lights are one of the most iconic design looking things. How have they managed to make the street lights look just so fucking distinctive and cool?
I know. It's great.
Epic.
I imagine it's the last thing about it, but like I imagine a lot of the appeal is that it's familiar. I don't know. It's just very city. It's just like very like human city. I don't know. You know what it is.
Distinct. And it's cool that I like that it takes you a bit to figure out. Okay, it's a construction site, like a high tech construction site on the edge of a sparkling city.
Outstanding. Big fan.
Cool fans too. It's quite cool. They're quite interesting idea. They must be unbelievably powerful to hold Sonic back. Like unbelievably powerful.
Yeah.
So, but this is one level has trumped both.
One level trumped for both of us.
So do you want to talk a bit about why for you?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll start him off.
Go on then.
There's something. So number one, Marble Zone. Second level. There's something about this level that I just found so compelling. And there's so much going on in the design of it. There's so much going on. So let me just get it up to look at. It's just the colors are so weird. You've got. Let me just try and list them. You've got like this Greek style pillars and architecture in ruins. They're minty green, but then you've got the purple bricks in a sort of slightly medieval style, which is emphasized with the green frames inside and the like brick platforms and the fire lamps and the sort of jail bars. These weird futuristic like green cylinders which move up and down, which are shiny, which feel not out of place at all, but are. And then you've got the lava, and you go underground. You've got above ground. You've got the normal grass, and you've got the lovely blue sky, and again purple mountains. And you're just like, what is this? Like, you think it's just Greek ruins, but it's so much more than that. It's such a weird. Oh, and the cypress trees. I think they're cypress trees. They look like cypress trees. The ones in the background, or I don't know, like poplar, something like that. They add to the sort of Greek style. That's probably the main theme going on here. But like, it's definitely not the only. There's much more to it, because the columns look it, but then look at them closely. They actually don't look it at all. It's just so weird, but like one, and then marble. It's so interesting. The music is imposing, dramatic, and like heavy, which fits with it really well. I'll get on to music because I think that song's amazing. I've put the Doric columns go hard because they do.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. Again, like Labyrinth, there's a lot of intrigue. You're just thinking, what am I walking through here? This proper underground sort of. It's like an underground castle. It's really interesting. The lava. Yeah. Oh no. And this is my biggest argument for the medieval parts. The traps. These big like medieval.
Yes.
Dropping spikes and heavy weights and chains. Not Greek at all. That's that, but still integrated perfectly.
Yeah, it's medieval.
I don't know. I think that style is just fascinating. I like the blue and green pillars inside. Also out of place. You don't get blue and green pillars, but they just fit. The mosaics are fascinating. That adds intrigue. Like, again, what is this style? Who built it all? I don't know. I can't get enough of the color of these pillars. Like that green is just. Have you ever seen a pillar that color? No, they're so cool. That's my main joy of it. Did you know about the scrapped UFOs?
No, what the fuck?
It's so cool. So they were gonna have, and I think they brought them back in Chaos X or Mania. These, like, you can picture it. It's if you picture Saturn as in the planet, the ring. Imagine the ring like rotating around the sphere. They look like that, but it's a blue sphere and a green ring, and they were just in the sky. These just UFOs were planned to be in the sky and would just sort of. I'm not sure
that would have added the most crazy element to
wouldn't
that.
It? Wouldn't it just? They would have been so cool. Sadly, but they were scrapped last minute. They almost got in. But yeah, they're really cool. And then the music has. I'll play it because it's just so interesting. Oh, I love the Bat Brains, whose name in Japanese means acting without restraint. Because they're like relentless. Like so weird. It's just like me. This is just listen. I don't know. Listen to. There's something marching about it. There's something Greek about it. It's so. I don't know. You tell me. It's so weird, but you can give them a listen. It's fucking brilliant. I don't know. It conjures a really weird image. This. And then when it drops in, it's great. This next part, brilliant. This is when you descend into the labyrinth and you've got to dodge all the tricky traps and stuff. This is what that is. The bass now is great. Yeah, it's a proper like tense.
It's a very
serious
unique
adventure.
Song. It is. It's okay. So it's a dramatic change from the kind of plinky plonky jolliness
Massively
of Green Hill, and suddenly you're down in it. And yeah, you're right. I think it's a kind of medieval twang to it. It's got a sincerity to it.
Yeah, maybe.
It takes the pace, like the tempo is just slower as well, which is perfect because it reflects the change of pace for the versus Green Hill, where you've got to slow right down and concentrate on platforming. And there's a trepidation built into it as well. I'm not sure what. I think it's the it kind of gives it this like, it's like quest music. It's got this like marching quest music.
That's the medieval shit to it. Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
RuneScapey. Yeah, medieval.
Yes, it is a bit RuneScapey. Exactly, So I echo everything you've said. I think, actually, the reason this level for me won over Starlight is not because of the design. I think the design features are fantastic, and I'll talk about them. But I think what this level has over Starlight, actually, which is odd because we haven't really talked about this, is the level design and the way you have to interact with the level. I think this level is unique.
I was realizing that I missed out on that part.
Yeah, across. Well, it's fine. I can talk. You've covered the design.
Go for it. Yeah.
So like it's, as I said at the start, it's got this iconic difficulty spike where you're suddenly thrown into this like completely different environment, but which is cunning because it makes you think at the start, because you've still got blue sky, green grass, obviously then lava, but it makes you think, oh, this is just a continuation of Green Hill. How wrong you are when you then plummet down into the depths of a dungeon full of fire and traps and moving platforms and instant death zones, and it's just very, very, very different. This level focuses on puzzle solving, good platforming, difficult platforming, and exploration to try and figure out what the right route through is, and which is perfect because it's a gauntlet. It's a medieval gauntlet that you've got to try and navigate through. So that like that thematic sort of molding with the actual level, it makes sense for it to be like that. The like, even in Act 1, you've got the kind of there's just every different environment you go through presents you with a different kind of challenge just straight off the bat, and it kind of gradients it really well. So you've got the like Crusher green, awesome green pillars that come down and crush you. You've then got this really cool, I think it only happens here, where you have to push the box onto the switch to lift up the spike trap. That's just cool. Then you've got the platforms that fall down from the ceiling and you jump across the lava. Then you've got the platform that come out and the kind of pulley, the like counterweight system.
It's a proper gauntlet, isn't it?
Yeah. And then what I love so much about this level is how it's bookended with like a relief of the blue sky of the top and tail. So you start at the top, you go down, then you come out at another point. Yeah, it's just something really, really iconic.
I like
about
the
that.
up and down thing. Exactly. It's like a mini reward in the level.
Exactly, and then you get skies. Like all of those challenges come back, and you've got those like in Act 2 and 3, but with evolved and even better. So then you've got that iconic section where you're on the moving platform that's floating across the lava field, and then the jets of lava burst you up, and on the third one you've got to jump off and to progress with the level, otherwise you just flop back down and you've got to kind of make your way back round. That's just it's just extremely it's hard, and for a like 7-year-old it's not easy at all and enough to make you give up. But actually on retro, this is like, this is what struck me while we were doing it. It's like the Empire Strikes Back of Sonic. It's better when you're older, but when you're younger you're like, oh no, you want the like Ewok party and the Death Star blowing up. But actually
that's so true.
When you're older and you revisit it, you're like, God, no, there's such depth here. They've really thought about the design, and when you're good enough and competent enough to actually get through it, it's extremely rewarding and makes complete sense. That's my thesis for this.
Brilliant.
It is. It's just
hence why it was such a big thing on Act 3, like why it's so hard. But it's such a good challenge.
Yeah, and it
really is.
It is, and you've got to avoid all these different things. And
great platforming. Yeah,
really good platforming. Yeah, and oh god,
it's like they took Mario's castle at the end. And it was like, we can make this way better.
And then, obviously, as you've said, like the aesthetics of this level, the marble ruins. There's so much intrigue. What is all this stuff? Why is there a medieval castle in amongst these Greco-Roman pillars and columns?
You would, when you have no other context of the series and your first introduction to the game, is that you'd think, what is this? Who's made this? What is this era? There's a big like. But now that there's so much more, it's you can so forget about it. But it is like, what is the history of this place? That's the first thing that you're asked is, where am I and what's going on? It's great.
It's like, it's kind of, it pulls on like Indiana Jones and like those kind of exploration into the sort of ancient unknown. And it's just, it's really, really cool. Coupled with the beautiful purple color palette with the red and blue, green and blue pillars, and all, and the contrasting with the red lava.
You don't notice the purple.
Yeah. It just gives it this otherworldly feel as well, which makes it even more iconic.
That's the other part is it doesn't. It's all human-y stuff, but it doesn't.
It looks extremely unique. Yeah. Nice apple bite. Chomping away.
I had to reward it.
Fucking hell.
I've not bitten it yet. I'm just teasing myself.
So yeah, I think actually it's a masterclass of level design. I think it's a really, really triumphant thing.
You know what else is a fucking masterclass?
Oh, is it the remix? Yeah. So there is this remix as well. Who's it by?
It's in the album Needlemouse Mania, and it's by Robkta, Robkta, and Firaga, and it goes
stupid. It goes stupid. It's
so
unbearably good.
Here it comes.
Let's play like a decent amount of it.
Yeah, agreed. You're thinking, like, what is this? This isn't Marvel Zone. Oh, yes, it is.
Back and ready.
That bass.
Unbelievably good.
That's quite Greek, that part.
Take it to the drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I love it. I'm trying to play the whole song. Oh, guys, here we go. This is like the Act 2 part. Unreal.
Too much. It's just
fucking
so fucking
mega.
Good. It's
Megatron.
Too much.
It's so big.
So
fucking
big.
Huge. A masterpiece remix. A masterpiece.
But it shows what's there with this song as well, and how fucking rich it is.
It just, all of these you could do something like that with. So good.
Yeah, I fucking love Marble Blast. Marbles. I love Marble Blast, but I love Marble Zone.
I do too.
It's so much there, and actually,
it's got to take the winner. It's just too bold.
It just because of how
I'd say
engaging and inventive it is with the way you have to play it, which Starlight doesn't have. To be fair, it has to top. Plus, it's
Starlight wins
outrageous aesthetic.
Like this aesthetic is insane, and the design is amazing. Yeah, agreed.
There we go.
It's got to win. Fucking tight though, but yeah, it's got to win.
It's
nice.
Tight.
Cool.
I'm happy with that. That's solid ranking. Please, we both put Big Bad Marble Blast.
What great levels!
First.
What really fucking great levels!
That's it. Again, I played this game countless times, honestly, but actually this time round, my appreciation every time I play it, my appreciation for the innovation and uniqueness of these levels goes up and up and up. Yeah, I think they this is why it is so iconic, and this is why the franchise is so fucking good, because these are the foundations. They are rock solid.
And what strong foundations they are.
Indeed.
It's just fucking great. Yeah.
With so much thought already there.
Patience, thought, and effort.
Which is why Superstars fails so bad, because it doesn't uphold the principles of level design that these brilliant levels and the design
set out as exactly shining examples. Exactly. Yeah.
So on that note, let's briefly discuss the bosses.
Let's do the bosses. Yeah, we haven't talked about Eggman much in this.
We haven't.
I mean, he's not a big part. The most actually, the only you see of him is this, and you hear about his conquest after the. I like how it starts with him after the emeralds. Like that's the first thing is that Eggman wants power and he wants the emeralds. It's great. So to do it, he corrupts nature and kidnaps animals and makes them robots. It's he's a proper villain.
He is. He's unrelenting. Okay. Absolutely unrelenting.
There are 6 bosses. There's at the end of the 3 acts of each zone, there is a boss apart from Scrap Brain, which is just the final zone instead. But they're all a variant of the Eggmobile, apart from the last one, which is Eggman's little ship. Yeah, I'd say they're honestly. Before we go into ranking, I'd say they're all pretty similar.
Yeah,
in terms of like
honestly, they're kind of they're decent. They're good, iconic.
They're all
bosses.
just like all right. Yeah.
They focus on one thing for each gimmick.
I've got a least favorite, but yeah.
Same. I fucking hate one of them. I think everyone will have individual relationships with each of these bosses and find some weirdly harder than others. But I enjoy the kind of Eggman's at the end of each level, and he's the barrier you have to get to pass through.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so let's do 6, 5, 4, and then 3, 2, 1, shall we?
No, I think we'll just quickly do one because there's only 6, so we'll just go for each one. Yeah,
fine.
All right, my least favorite is Egg Stinger.
Spike. Oh, okay. Fuck. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Which is the Spring Yard. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you got to put the apple down, mate. I can hear everything you're doing with it. Just put the apple down. Wait, we're nearly done. Eat it at the end.
I couldn't resist it. I was so hungry.
Get rid of it. Eat it at the end. It's the Spring Yard boss. Eggman has a single spike, and that he comes down, picks up a block, and that
spike
eliminates the platform that you've got to hit him, and you've got to hit him kind of on his way back up. It's just hard. I don't enjoy it at all. It's painful. It's really awkward to hit him, and you can easily die. It is pretty hard.
Yeah.
I actually found it the hardest boss. So that's my least favourite. What about yours?
I quite like it. My least favourite is the Egg Spiker, which is the Starlight one with the fucking seesaw shit.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that.
Really?
What? I bet it's your first, you freak. I like. It's a good idea, but it actually just annoyed me. It's just fiddly to have to time it right. Like, it feels good when you do it, but I don't know. The word for it is fiddly, and I don't enjoy it very much.
Yeah, you're wrong there, but all right, I'll talk about that later on.
Wow, someone likes Egg Spiker.
The Egg Crusher.
What, at 5?
At 5, Egg Crusher.
Same. Egg Crusher's 5 for me as well.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. That's unfair. I don't hate it. It's fine. It's just, I just find it stressful. Really stressful.
I know, you're shit at it.
I just find it really stressful. This is the final boss of the game where Eggman is in a Sorry, fucking pretzel. Eggman is in a
eating while we do pod, mate. You shouldn't be eating, mate.
Eggman is in a piston.
He wouldn't catch me doing that shit.
And he comes down. It must be so hard for him to run around and get in the right one. Switch. Yeah, unless somehow he's in the same one and it moves around. But I don't think he is. I think he's literally sprinting around and be like, I'm in this one. Hope you don't hit me. He appears a different piston. He can crush Sonic. It's actually just a bit of a nightmare. And then these electric balls come down. You have to jump.
He didn't need to be in any of them. He could have just sat far away.
All he needed to do is build a control panel outside of the thing. It's fine. It's a good final boss. Ish.
It's iconic, but it's just like it's not like nothing too big.
It's also it's weird that
it's just a funky Eggman machine.
It's weird that it's part of his base. It's not a Eggmobile variant on its own. Yeah, he just hops in. It looks like he literally hops in part of his building, and it's like, I'll just use this as a bot. Yeah. Odd.
It's kind of weird.
4.
Yeah. I've got the Egg Stinger at 4.
Okay.
I quite like it. I thought it was. I like hitting him as he gets down. It's like a small window to get to him. I think it's got a decent thing. How it puts a time limit on the fight. Like you haven't got. You're running out of time.
Yeah,
the more cool, you let him do it, the less time you got, and the harder it gets. I think that's a sleek, neat little thing. Yeah. It's good. That's kind of it's just decent.
Mine is the Eggmobile in Labyrinth Zone.
Labyrinth Zone.
Yeah,
I see.
Because you just people fucking hate this.
You
boss.
just chase it.
You chase it
you
up
don't even have to hit it. You just chase it. You
difficult,
can hit it, but you don't need to.
Sort of spike trap riddled platforming section. No, you don't have to hit it. You just have to get to the end. It's cool. It's a cool idea. It's nice how it brings in the like design of the level into it. But it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say about it.
I like
it's
that.
Chill. It's kind of cool that it's like it's just him in his Oakmobile.
That's my number 3. It's a unique setting. It's a decent challenge. I like that. It's just like a race. A chase. You chase through this fucking hard little gauntlet bit. I don't know. Yeah, it's an appropriate finale to Labyrinth Zone. And then you get out and you're in the nice open space. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 3 is the Egg Scorcher, which is the Marble Zone boss where he drops fire on you. It's piss easy, like really, really easy. You just have to avoid it and then hit him. It's kind of very similar to Egg Wrecker. Like you go from side to side to side to side. It's chill. It's fine. Decent. Like good. Thank God it's not a horrific boss to end it. These, I would say, unlike Superstars, this is perfect because it's a quick, like, doable but vaguely challenging boss fight that wraps up the level. Perfect. That's all you need.
My 2 is Egg Wrecker. Big fan. It's just iconic. It's fucking cool. It's easy, slick, fun. Like just it's satisfying as well.
Yeah, my 2's also the Egg Wrecker.
Nice. I like the alternate name, Egg Mobile Hammer Ball Specification, EMHBS, for those who care.
I also said in my notes I thought it was clever, which is weird because it's not that clever, but it's just such a geniusly simple.
It's just nice.
Yeah, it's like you have to judge the momentum, make a decision, hit him, try and avoid being hit. It's kind of perfect.
It well, and it's satisfying. Let's talk about that fucking tune, mate. What a song.
Go on.
What a fucking song. The boss theme is brilliant.
It's so excellent.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it is. Industrial and like clangy.
It's like heavy and aggressive.
Brilliant. Really, really good.
I think that's really underrated.
It's a great tune.
Doesn't get.
I think I prefer it to den 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 den.
Definitely.
Sonic 2. I prefer the Sonic 1 boss theme. It's great.
Yeah, I think it's heavy and like Eggman. It's very very defining.
It's also pompous and dramatic.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point. It's arrogant. It's a very arrogant song.
Yeah, that's it. Arrogant. Yes, it is. Yes, it's great. It's fucking great.
Well, my number 1,
your 2. So you're gone. Do you number 1?
Well, completely opposite to you. I think it's the best boss in the game. Wow. I think it makes use of the gimmick in the level. Yeah, it's so fun. I really enjoy it because it's great because you've got 2 different ways you can do it. You can either wait him for him to land a spike and then use Sonic to seesaw and bounce the spike up, or you can bounce the spike, wait for it to land, and then that bounces Sonic up and you can fly over and hit him wherever he is. I think it's fantastic. It's such a good idea.
It's fun you can do Sonic as well. That's all right. Yeah.
I think it's by far
it just pissed me off.
The boss I enjoy the most. I really, really like it. I think it's genius. I like how it specifically uses a gimmick in the level as well that you've mastered that you can then use to attack Eggman. It's really cool. What's your 1 then? Given how much you
my 1 is
given how much you dislike Egg Spiker for whatever.
Hey, Egg Scorcher. I really enjoy it.
It's so simple.
I like it. I like how the lava looks when it drops out. I think that's quite fun. It's like a slightly evolved Egg Wrecker. You got to just go back and forth. I just like it. I think these are all fucking close and similar. So like, it's just personal favorite.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I just think that obviously like the reuse of a gimmick is just so good.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not a very nice gimmick, is it?
That's why it kind of redeems. Honestly, it redeems it, and also like you've got the backdrop of the cityscape and the lights. It's so cool.
Yeah, and you've got the lava lake for me and Marble Zone, which I like. That's over the lava's good. Yeah, cool. Okay.
So I mean, the only thing I think we've covered it basically. It's just the special state. Well, we've sort of said it. I think that the kind of hallucinogenic, kind of
fish
psychedelic insanity
cool. And random
of the bird and the fish. That's very like akin to like Japanese gambling graphics.
Yes.
With those like crazy 3D renders with bright bright lights and like relentless music and horrendous.
It establishes the incredibly hallucinogenic, psychedelic, just insane environment of the special stage.
Which the only thing I enjoy
continues
about
to be just really cool. Yeah. Apart from that, playing it is just a fucking bitch.
It is horrific.
It rotates horribly. I don't like the jumping. I like the waiting for the ding, 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 ding to break into the emerald.
And all the different like controls, like the reverse and the speed up, speed down. It makes it so chaotic. It's incredibly stressful, which is a shame because in order if you're a completionist and you want to like properly finish the game, you have to get all 6 emeralds, and unless you're saving, it's so difficult, and you can't repeat it.
The 50 rings thing is good.
Yeah, in principle, finish a level with 50 rings, but God, it's hard to complete with the special stages. And a lot of it is down to just bad luck as well if you do end up falling through the gaps.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that I think, probably way. I'd like a lot of early games.
Foul music.
Awful song.
Na. I'm not going to play it. It's fucking horrible.
I think with a lot of early games, it gets the difficulty level just way too hard. Which is a shame.
Yeah, massively.
You need modern fixes to tweak that so that it's actually doable. Otherwise, it's just horrific. But cool that it establishes the special stage as this like weird pocket dimension where basically anything goes, and it's just an extremely vibrant, chaotic, colourful space.
That's good shit.
Really cool.
Agreed.
Love that. Let's rank this bitch then, shall we? Let's rank the OG.
Let's do it.
I'm going to pull up what the scores have been for other games so that we can contextualize this.
Yeah, do.
Yeah?
So we're ranking it on concept. Yeah, do. Ranking it on concept, gameplay, entertainment, location, soundtrack, art style. Each one's out of 10.
Okay.
And total's out 60.
So for context, Sonic Heroes got 60. This is all out. 50.
Excuse me?
These are all out of 60. So Sonic Heroes got 50. Yep. Sonic 8-bit. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 8-bit got 44.
8-bit.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 8-bit, yeah. Sonic Colors got 48. Sonic Fighters got 46, Sonic Advance got 44, Sonic Superstars got 25, Riders got 54, Labyrinth got 29, Shadow got 57, which is the highest yet.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Damn right.
Earned.
Yeah. So let's by a fucking margin.
Concept.
The next highest is Riders 54. Okay. So concept. It's got to be 10.
I mean, surely it's got to be 10.
It's for all the reasons. It's the birth of the guy, and it establishes all the themes for every reason we said. It's a fat 10. Yes. Gameplay.
Fat 10. I'd say they improve it a lot in Sonic 2.
Yeah, they do.
The spin dash is a good addition, and they make him faster. In the OG, he's not that fast.
No, he's not that fast. But that's because of the restrictions. He's as fast as he can be.
The platforming. Exactly. The platforming and the speed is great, but again, it'd be nice if he was a bit faster. I'd say like 8 or 9 gameplay, I think. Maybe 8.
I think 8. Let's go 8.
Yeah.
I think 8.
Because like it's a strong start, but it can be improved, and it is improved.
Exactly. I think 8. It deserves to be applauded for what it did. Entertainment.
Yes. Entertainment.
Like it's kind of got to suffer here because of the brutality.
Yeah, because the special stages and how harsh it is. Possible, but I don't know. It's always a good time to play.
I'd go 6.
I was going to say 7.
I think if you take it for what it was at the start, I think
6.
I think it's just Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone. Like they've got to bring it down.
The unforgivingness has to knock it down.
Yeah,
fair. 6 is good. Okay. Locations: Green Hill, Marble Zone, Spring Yard, Labyrinth, Scrap Brain, Starlight, Final Zone.
It could be 10. It's not
a 10.
Okay, it could be though. It's got all of the ingredients of the perfect, and for the thematic resonance that I outlined in my thesis.
It does, but I'd say I think a high 9. It's not like these locations aren't like.
No, they are. No, they are. Can I just remind you what else got 10 in locations?
Riders got a 10.
Riders got a 10. Colors got a 10.
Did it?
Yeah. And Heroes got a 10. I think that, and Shadow obviously got a 10. I think this should have 10.
I would say 9.
I'm going 10. I think the perfect, like for how like thematically perfect they are, I think it's got to be 10.
For the thematic resonance, fine. You can have that.
Yeah, perfect.
Don't know. No, it's not a 10. It's just not. They're great, but they're not like, these are fucking amazing. All of them are, you know? Like they're really good.
You've got the foundations of like the core Sonic sort of format here. You've got the idyllic field, tropical island, the ancient ruins, the casino, the underground, like.
I know, but they're all foundations. I feel like a lot of them are expanded upon and improved, not by much, but by a little bit in later ones. I know Starlight. I know that's what gives it a fat 9. I know, but like. I don't know. I feel like Scrap Brain is done better in the future. I think Labyrinth is done better in the future in different ways. These are all foundational.
All right,
they're all
fine.
great.
I'll take 9.
But it's not a perfect 10.
Why did Colours get 10 then?
Because of how diverse, rich, and incredibly what the fuck is the word? Like explored and what is the word? They're indulged in fully. They are just spectacles. These are I don't know, like Spring Yard, Starlight, Scrap Brain, all urban city. I like they're great, but I don't know, the variation of the ones we given 10 is greater and more diverse. I don't know. These are fucking great, but it's not a 10.
All right,
it's a high 9.
Fine, I'll take 9. Soundtrack.
Nice. Soundtrack is really good. Why on my leg?
I'm gonna go 7.
I was gonna say 8. But I think 7's probably good. I mean,
it could be 8. Advanced got 8.
I prefer Advanced. I think 7.
Okay, 7 it is. And then art style.
It looks great. It looks really good.
Just think about all the praise we gave it for the aesthetics and the design choices in there. Like, it's exceedingly unique and iconic. I think I might do a 9. It's got to be quite high, I think.
I think a 9 again, because I think the later improvements that happen in preceding games.
Okay, to be fair, for example, I'd give CD a 10. I'd probably give this a 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take
9. Yeah, this is 9.
All right, I'll take 9. So
again,
49 out of 50. Yeah, that feels right. That feels bang on.
Like such a strong start to the franchise.
Couldn't agree more.
Good.
And
but like
just it's
room, and room to build on, but like a fucking strong foundation.
Yeah, and it does our boy proud, because this is how it all began.
It's his debut. This is why we do this.
The coolest guy. Yeah.
He's just so cool.
He is.
Nice.
What's next then? What are we doing on the next step?
What are we doing next? we're gonna do. Go on. Why don't you tell us?
We're going to completely change tack and catapult into the modern era and do one of the we're going to do one of the games that Sega decided would be good to kind of combine with all other elements and IP in their franchise. We're going to do Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing.
Nice. Yeah, which is a bit of a jump.
Which is a bit of a jump from 2010, right?
I think so.
Yeah, or
11.
It's the start of the Sonic teams or whoever sort of experiment with Sonic in cars.
And 10,
which was started way back actually in Sonic Drift, which obviously was not spectacular, but they bring it back 2010 with Sonic and his other Sega friends racing around some really cool environments.
Can't wait.
Very good.
Nice. Cool.
All right, let's wrap that up. And what should we leave with?
I don't know. This.